Yo, what is good, Vibers? We are diving into some Wednesday night scrims. Got a couple of new teams out in the breach today, as well as a brand new patch that just hit this morning, introducing Resurgence in day one. So I haven't even gotten a chance to play today yet. I haven't gotten to experience Resurgence for myself, but I did make a quick video just like explaining how it works. So I kind of understand the gist, but I have yet to experience it myself. But it's something that was implemented for like new player engagement and to keep like newer players more engaged, like in the very early game, and to make fights more forgiving. And so this is like with these high elo lobbies, we're gonna see for the first time how Resurgence plays out with the opposite of new players, very experienced players coming out into the breach today, looking to get some dubs and some just experience, like some more game time practicing. And speaking of that, we got 3 brand new teams stepping out today to get into the mix. We got Madhouse, as well as NIJ and TBD, who I did not get team names for either of those, but we do know that MH is Madhouse. So dropping in, we got Heat over in Academy right off the bat. Main characters versus Rift. Parya on that Jhin, looking to get big level 1 damage out on Aiden. Aiden's going to have to pull back. They got to get that level 2 and then re-look, but Rift have the level advantage here, looking to get an early engage on main characters. They try to finish that last creep. Do they steal it? They might have. So everyone's still 2. Rift has a couple 3s, Chipro and Parya, so literal ability disadvantage right now for main characters. They're all down 1 ability, right? Because they're only level 2. So Rift looking to push this. Brawl at level 3 is now a real character. You know, Jhin can do some crazy stuff even at level 1, but even more scary at level 3. But main character's having a really good fight back here, sort of not afraid of that level advantage, looking to still try to push this. They get Parya down, and they're going to try to... Okay, so Neff was able to sort of gust that wisp away, is going to get Parya back up. So we're going to be back into a heated 4v4 here at Stacks. This might be like the longest early Stacks fight between 2 teams I've seen before it kind of goes one way or the other. Parya looking for a re-engage. Big slam entry there by Scarb, and isn't quite able to get the finish. And main character's getting some reses through. So here's the early resurrecting we were talking about, bro. Look at all these guys just coming back on these timers. So main characters have 2 waiting to respawn. Chipro last one, but I think that's the... Either one or the rest of his team is coming back in 5 seconds. So really extended early game fight here in Stacks. I think both these teams are still just trying to figure out exactly how to play this or what's happening. So yeah, look, 1 at a time. So they just got 2 back in 3 seconds. They're going to get another one. And main characters isn't going to let up. They're looking to push right back in off those res. They still have 10 seconds to get their 4th for Rift. And so again, they're going to look to peel now. Main characters are going to look to push them down. And I think it's time for Rift to maybe just bail all the way out of Stacks. They might look to take this portal and just get all the way out, but there is a team waiting for them down in Gridlock. Madhouse, one of our new teams out in the breach, looking to maybe, you know, shut down this Rift team from getting any more experience coming down into Gridlock. But it looks like Rift is actually just going to kind of like, you know, peel and separate to make sure at least someone can get off that res. We got Chipro going to the south. We got some other homies like looking to split north here. It looks like they might know where Chipro's at though, so they're going to be running him down. He is going to get a teammate back right now. And so Rift just got their 4th. Such an interesting dynamic playing out here with the Resurgence. So we got a new team in TBD looking, but we got a big fight going on between the Peons rebranded to Train Party, I like it, against another one of our new teams, NIJ. So 2 out of 3 of our new teams are looking to be in this brawl, getting in the mix with Train Party, one of our more experienced teams that's been out here for a bit. And we are going to see, you know, those reses like playing a big difference. A lot of these players like automatically kind of looking to peel to get those reses, but, you know, you kind of like don't have to do that anymore. Like, you don't have to look for the res. You still have to peel, but like Trav is doing here, you kind of just have to like buy time at this point instead of really having to like, you know, find a beacon or look for a safe beacon. Speaking of that, beacons might be in need over here as TLD face up against... So it was destroy all players, then it was eat all players, now it's FAP, and I don't know what the F stands for, but we're we're gonna go with friend all players. So friend all players Good fight there. Looking to get their fourth back here. They are going to get this vault control. And if we look just north of here, or sorry, just south. Oh, just Lunaris is split off down here for TTG. So Lunaris kind of caught out. The rest of TTG is actually up above where we were just looking. Will Lunaris be able to kind of get out of this? It looks like he is just going to get picked, but he's just going to kind of get auto-rezzed by his homies over here. Zekken's got the gold, and TTG is kind of looking just fine. Started machine coming back to TLD, facing off against Madhouse again. Madhouse looking to like hold this bridge, but TLD not afraid, pushing up all level 4, so pretty even fight. Yeah, big like push look there with the oath, just like really kind of just running him down at this point. So level 5 secured for TLD, ults online. Got to be looking for these guys to find an early fight, but main characters, same exact thing, level 5s. We might see a crazy brawl breakout here between these two. Ults are going to be flying because everyone just got that level 5 online. Ult cooldown should be up. So we look at some items here. Automatic respawns closed. Resurgence has ended. So after that kind of wild like early game, we are back into kind of like normal gameplay with beacons and stuff being back in play. Fable just getting a massive amount of knocks down here. I didn't quite catch who they were. Yeah, they're up against Rift, so they might have got some picks against Rift, looking to maybe run down Scar, but hopefully he can get away out to the left here, looking to maybe make a deep storm play, but level 4 Kingpin versus a bunch of level 6 is going to be a tough ask. It looks like Brawl is out too. So definitely still a chance there. The last door looking to get in more action over here. Back over at Gridlock, kind of where we started. And again, main characters and TLD still kind of like posturing off with each other, looking to take advantage of this soul on the map. So this game we got XP soul and we got armor soul. Two pretty big ones. So XP will let you get to level 10. Past that level 9 cap, and Armor Soul is going to slowly regen your armor. Phenom, huge phase walk, looking for big damage with that Myth ult, and his team going to try to follow up on it here. Big rain from the enemy team, though, coming through from, looks like improving on the Myth, so we usually see improving on the Jewel. Very interesting to see him in that. TTG looking to come in for the opportune here. Huge moment for Team Tammy Garfield. Big advantage coming in from the south here. Level 6, finding both teams at low health. Both teams kind of realize this and scatter, but not everyone is going to get out. Miragent and crew looking to put big damage down on the Aiden. He looks to peel north, but they are going to follow. Main characters looking to maybe keep control of their Wisp and get him back, but big pressure from TTG is going to continue the onslaught. They do whoosh Aiden back, and they are going to get a pick here, or they are going to get him up. So no one actually down at this point, but a huge amount of damage coming out, reversed from the Zeph ult. Lunaris continuing to just like press that advantage up, and Team Tammy Garfield having an absolutely incredible fight, kind of keeping that fight going this whole time. Aiden looking to duck out through the gap here, looking for a spike. That is, oh, but Pine with the phase walk follows with Myth. Aiden not safe quite yet. And I'm going to jump over to some other action because we do have Fabled and Rift in a heated battle over here while that was going on. Afro with the Jewel ult, getting up. Parya is just going to peel, and so Rift have just Chiprel and Parya left. Looking to maybe find that beacon now after that engage with Fable, but Fable's not done. They're looking for Parya right here. Huge damage from Dunmere. Maybe caught him right at the end of that vulnerability. Parya with the clone, looking to juke some people out. Dagger's back. Going to try to LMB Schmoove out. Will he get it? Just wide on the bungee from Zakawi. So it's like they are going to maybe get it down. Parya using the Jin movement to just barely skip out here. Can he get it? Wicca closes the gap. So they are going to get Parya down. It's a really nice fight there by Fabled. Let's go over to Train Party up here, who is having a good old time fighting NIJ. NIJ down to just their last player. And Sebago, huge grab here by Boat. Gonna try to get that slam barely wide on the slam. So Void lives for a moment longer, swaps out, still has Rewinder. Probably not the best spot to use it, though. This is a rough spot. Void running from an entire team. Got to be really crafty here. He does have the Invis Cloak, and he is going to get just caught by that rogue hammer from Galaxy Boy. So it does get taken out. We are down to 7 teams on the breach. Teams getting eliminated very quickly. Action happening all across the map. I cannot keep up trying to spectate and cast and all this at the same time. It's just absolute madness. My camera just got auto swapped there, but we just saw an extremely violent fight between Fabled and Friend All Players. So they take out Ryan on the... Oh, Ryan's not on the Brawl, so Height is on the Brawl. I know both those guys, like, sort of been training that champion lately. The Last Door, always looking for violence, continuing to, like, push up, looking for more from Fabled, but Fabled's just going to peel out of that. So the Last Door is going to gain fire control, and Chip Roll on the bush play, just looking to buy some time here right at the edge of the storm, looking for that opportunity to res. We don't have many. We got a beacon and a crown right in the middle of this kind of rift zone down here from that soul boss going down. So he's probably going to wait for that to clear and make his way down. And we're going to have a lot of action up north here. We got multiple teams looking like they're kind of coalescing in this north part of stacks. And I love final circle stacks. Like, this part of the map is like so good. And they mentioned in the patch notes, they're going to be adding like a whole island just to the right of here. Like this, there's going to be a whole new island over here, it looks like. So that's going to be really cool. Oh, the Last Door. So they found Chip Roll. So the Last Door checking their bushes, doing their due diligence. And so right as I say that, I find the last player for main characters do get taken out over the abyss here by Fabled. And so we are already down to 6 with just like 10 minutes in. So a very violent match so far. Teams really looking to like take advantage of that resurgence, get fighting in early, try to push their advantage and ride that into late game. So Rift looking to play, maybe snag this green armor. Oh no, they're just going to go right past it. They're looking to just get better position. They're peeling all the way south around that kind of void zone. As we see Team Tammy Garfield and Fabled in a heated fight up here. It looks like Schreikel, Jordan, and Pine is already down back there. He is going to get stomped, so TTG at a slight numbers disadvantage, but Train Party might be here to help him out. Coming in from the left on Fabled might buy TTG the bit of time they need. Mirajin, huge hook on the KP. Rewinder by Boto just reverses it right back. So big cooldown down on Train Party, but nothing gained really from TTG there other than that cooldown. So see if they look to take advantage with another hook. But they're going to be in a bit of a rough spot here. They have the fire vision, but now Fabled and the Train Party are on like both sides of them, and they're still down to 3. Oh, they're looking for the death box res. Really good play here. Really good awareness there by TTG to know that they can sneak that. Zekken just keeping vision here. Looking to get a huge angle on Wicca off the surprise. Can he get it? Zekken's really good at this kind of play. Big ult by Lunaris. Huge! Oh, what an opening there by Zekken and Lunaris. Now they're in the 2v2 looking to finish Afro. Wicca peels out to the bottom on the Ghost. But the Train Party is right there. So they're looking to get damage on Wicca. Fable kind of trying to like regroup up to the left here. Wicca trying to make a hero play. Same with Afro in the kind of 2v4. Can they do it? Big ult by Wicca, but does get taken out. So Afro looking to peel, save his team south, while TTG and Train Party are kind of busy with themselves up here. Looks like he is going to get some space. And we got both these teams kind of continuing to posture. And Zekken with the double wings on Bishop is scary. Any good Bishop with wings is scary, and Zekken's been just like training Bishop. I've been watching him play a lot of Bishop on like different people's streams, and he's getting pretty dirty at the Bishop. So this is gonna be like cool to watch. So we got Afro still from Fabled, made his way down here, got the most wanted. Now getting engaged on by Friend All Players. Oh, huge tap on Ryan there. I saw the stack, oh. So he saw the, the most wanted hero play, gets a minute off of that timer by getting that stack execute on Ryan with the dash fully stacked, but not able to sort of escape after that. Does get taken out, even though got closer to that most wanted procking. So in the end, they do get taken out at 6. We are down to 5 teams left out on the breach here. Pretty like, I would say like, no one has a true position advantage. We kind of have everyone on the edge. This whole middle spot is open. So I would say if anyone did, it would be TTG with this fire line. But who knows kind of how the next circle after this one is going to play out. Train Party looking to ride this most wanted to get their 4th back. They got a minute 40 on that. We got TLD on the south side facing up against Friend All Players. Take a look at the gear here. Pretty big. Nothing too crazy upgrades-wise on TLD. We got pretty decent powers, but again, nothing crazy. If we look over at Friend All Players, quite a big couple people with like pinks and oranges, so a bit of an equipment advantage. I would definitely say a power advantage. Abyss Specialist, Stealth Cloak, like this setup, Stealth Cloak, Delicate Mana Battery on Jhin is completely insane. Abyss Specialist on Brawl is insane. So Height gets to run. Oh, he is still running a Mana Blade. And then Abyssal Eye Bungie on Nidhogg, and then Bungie on Ryan. So pretty big power setup for Friendall players. Can they look to take advantage of it here? So Rift kind of caught in a corner here as they look to push up against TTG. Huge punch by Zek, and Lunaris in with a big ult. So now Rift is completely split. They're just going to look to peel right immediately, but the last door hears it. They're here for the opportunity. And are they going to get it? Huge damage out onto TTG from the last door. One down, but they trade back. So actually a 3 versus 3 here. Still a very even fight. Team Tammy Garfield playing that very well. Not only, you know, finishing off the other team, but also holding their own against the last door. Or I guess they didn't finish them off. They pushed them away as Rift tried to look in from the south there. So Parya and Neff still around from Rift, and I think Chipral's still up here, like timing out these islands, doing some Brawl stuff. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out. But the last door and Team Tammy Garfield still in the action with each other here. So a little tree prison around some fire to kind of set up a little barricade as they like peel right. I would say like Team Tammy Garfield positionally is playing this very well. They're like holding when they need to hold and trading when they need to trade. Now you see they're kind of moving their way over to the right here as the circle position moves. Even though they gave up, you know, one of these fires, or TLD had their own fire, you know, they're still going to have, you know, and now Friendall player is actually in a really good spot on the bottom right here. And like same thing, they're just like looking to hold this advantage. They got good armor, good powers, good equipment. Chipral is going to get taken out by Team Tammy Garfield up here. Parya and Neff, the last ones left for Rift. Parya just looking to buy as much time as he possibly can out here on the right as Jhin doing crazy Jhin Abyss stuff, just trying to live here. I don't know why my UI is kind of stuck. There we go. So Team Tammy Garfield versus Train Party. Huge fight in the middle here. Abador poking on the bottom from the last door. And same thing with Friendall players looking to like kind of engage possibly from the south for an opportunity here. Team Tammy Garfield just been like right in the thick of it this whole time. Ever since they came up to the bottom of stacks like earlier on in this game, they've just kind of been like fighting people on every side. And again, sort of posturing right in the middle of all 4 squads here almost. Like looking to hold this middle island. So Rift gets someone up. They got a box res. They're looking to now push maybe south onto Friendall players. Chipper looking for a big entry on the Brawl. Can Height defend on his Brawl? Ryan, big damage out on the Myth there. So Parya again just looking to like live and do some Abyss stuff on Jhin, looking to play placement. I think really smart for Parya to kind of peel and just chill down there and see what happens. Look for some dunk stuff with how crazy this final circle is. And we got madness up here as Train Party gets forced off by Team Tammy Garfield. They're going to run right into Friendall players, and on the other side of that portal is TLD. So like TLD looking to poke through. Paz in huge, just knocks all of Friendall players off of their little pad. Huge amount of pressure from the last door on them. So they basically have to bail. TTG sees this. They're looking for their opportunity finally. They go in on the last door, but this portal play is really kind of messing with them. Miragen completely split off. Oh, the Myth Arrow into the Void Zone almost kills Miragen. And we had some action happening down here between Friendall players fighting against that Jhin. No, Parya's still alive, so Parya's still doing Jhin stuff. Finally gets taken out. So Rift is eliminated there at 4th. We have 3 squads left. Team Tammy Garfield, the last door, and Friendall players looking to duke it out here. Huge grab by Miragen all the way back, completely deletes Phenom, and they trade one for Lemur too, so TTG still at 4. Friendall players, Kenneth looking for something on the Jhin, doesn't, ends up peeling back, so Friendall players proc their most wanted back up to 4. We got 4v4 in the end. Huge ult by Miragen, but he's gonna get kind of separated. Oh, Nidhogg just pumping on that ghost. Lunaris behind him looking to stop that crazy amount of DPS. Nidhogg just looking to juke here. Friendall players do have the level 10, but they're down. Just Nidhogg left. Lunaris looking to finish it off. Nidhogg, huge burst on the ghost, gets it. Can he get the kill on Schreikel? Holy. Nidhogg looking for the hero play. Does get the crown. Just doesn't make the magic happen. So close there, bro. Wow. What a match. Holy moly. So in the end, Team Tammy Garfield lock it in and get the dub for match game 1. Really sick game there. All right, so we are out here for game 2 coming in. So we got a couple new teams today, Magical. We got NIJ and who's the other one? TBD, who didn't give me team names and Dylan doesn't know. So those are sort of unknown, but we have their acronyms. And then we also have MH is a new team, and that is Madhouse. So that's the only one we actually know the name for. And we are right in the middle of the Resurgence patch hitting this morning. So we have crazy day ones happening. We had like an endless fight in stacks last game between two teams that I just watched for like 5 minutes because everyone's just constantly getting rezzed off of the action here. And it's honestly like really cool to see at this level because everything's playing out so much differently in these early games. Like teams really like a lot more willing to trade immediately. These two newer teams trading right away at 2. A lot of times, like we saw in that stack scuffle, teams are looking to get to 3 before they, kind of re-engage. We see the timer here started on NIJ right as a member goes down. So 15 seconds left, and their 4th is going to be back up without them getting to a beacon. But Madhouse looking to sort of capitalize on that. Looks like NIJ is just going to like kind of peel out in every different direction, though. So they're going to be just fine. Pretty split drop across the rest of the map here. Looking down to main characters as well as TBD in the grind and Scavenger Bay. And we got eat all players or execute all players or destroy all players change their name again, Magical. New first word that I don't know, but it starts with an F. So I assumed, of course, friend all players is obviously the new.
I'm assuming that would be the new name too. They do like to go down the alphabet. So on to F now. So not bad, as we can see. Ooh.
I didn't see it. Did Aiden just fall right there? I didn't see what just happened.
I did not see that either. He might have gotten spiked accidentally by a minion, but it does seem like only a few seconds left until they get a team revive that you're talking about early. It's only the first night that you have that. So first nights you get that, first days and nights you have that, and then afterwards it gets back to normal. Yeah,
and it's like when you really think about it, Magic, I don't know why, but I have you all the way up on Discord, and your output's still a little quiet on my end compared to normal. I might actually turn my let me turn my output up just a little bit.
Turn it up just a little bit. Hopefully this is better.
Yeah. That's better. I cranked my end too, so that should be good.
Nice. Hopefully that'll be good enough. But like scaling out, looking at how everything is, we were looking at a lot of those initial fights as you were talking about. But I feel like because everyone can get revived, they're not really caring if they commit that much to these fights. As long as you have someone who can always escape, you're not really going to get an early team wipe. The teams that you find right now, we see that main characters and friend to all players kind of looking at one another on how they want to posture around the machine. But you can even see that they have like a straggler that's hanging out behind just in case they need to disengage at any moment.
Yeah, and it's like, that's like very, normal play for these guys. Like really when they're calming, like someone's always looking to have that positioning to get out to peel. But, now that this has changed, it's like, I think they might, it's so new. Like it's literally today this change happened, right? So I think we're literally seeing like live kind of learning happening right before our eyes of like how teams are going to actually play with this like res timer at a high level, right? Because it's weird. It was like a change. I mentioned at the beginning, it was like a change, really introduced for better engagement with new players. That's kind of the initial intent. But when we kind of like, look at it playing out at the highest level of plays here, I think it's going to be real huge hook there by Zachary.
Almost onto Lemur, but Lemur, emergency platform, gets back to the team. Very close to falling. Bay get a good position for themselves and are still pushing back DLD, trying to get their tanks up front. Paz now has to spin dash away. No hook's gonna land that time around, while Lemur was in the front lines and has to immediately disengage. A little bit too squishy. Same with Afro to escape from danger.
Yeah, I think like we're literally seeing it play out right now where like these guys are not afraid to duke it out here in the 4v4, like all in. And we're seeing this like extended combat. Like this fight's already like a minute long. Huge damage coming out. Paz is gone.
Paz is gone, but Dunmure was almost taken out too, so almost trading the tanks. While Phenom now going to be the one that is low, dashing away for his life. Wants to make sure that TLD can get back on their feet while Zachary getting chased down. Abador has taken out the front line somehow in the back line, chasing away Wicca, as she will have to fly her way out of there, separating from Afro, hoping to make sure that they get back on their feet with that team res. But we do have an elimination. TBD that we saw just a moment ago get a knock on to one of our teams has now been eliminated completely so early.
Yeah, and like there's been so much action going down, dude. It's literally impossible to catch it all in the server because like with this early buff now, everyone's just going at it. We got a fight up here happening between. So the peons also rebranded to Train Party. So mental note, TP is now Train Party.
I'm glad to know that because I was going to call him the peon. But Train Party are playing around the tracks right now, chasing away NIJ. They have separated, and now that we're in day 2, not going to have those automatic respawns anymore that you get as a team. So when you get wiped, if you get taken out like Seppuku right there, it's going to be really difficult for the team to get you all back on your feet.
Yeah, so Fable, who was fighting TLD, is now in it with Rift, looking like they're in a bad spot here. Well, I guess just Afros. They got 2 more south. Afro looking to get away from Rift. Probably not going to happen unless he does some magical Zeph stuff.
Right now,
or no, it's Jewel. Sorry,
Afro
Jewel.
wasn't going to get out of that one. That was a complicated situation. You're surrounded on all sides, so unfortunately we'll fall to the lava while we go back to the train party, and
True
they are
to their
having
name.
that party on the train.
Let's
They're
go.
living up that name.
That's what we like to see. On brand, on theme, going right into TTG, Joe. So Magical. TTG had a monster game last game, end up closing it out and getting the victory in a really spicy last 3 teams against the Last Door and Friendall players. So really strong start on the day for Team Tammy Garfield, and they were playing it really well. They were literally holding off. They were holding like central position and holding off almost every team on like every side. And so it was really cool to see a couple monster plays by Miragent and huge ults by Lunaris, big punches by Zekken. I feel like they're really like coming together as a team.
MH. That's unfortunate. The hover wings right into the wall. So elimination. Our second team that has been taken out of there. I know you're in good conversation, but did you see it? You saw that.
Yeah.
There's 3 teams that were all grouped up at the mana coils, and already Afro is going to be the first casualty. Rift Walkers, TLD, still duking it out, trying to find the knock to anybody. Giant Tripper went a little bit too far. It was almost spiked over the wall, but now that TLD were able to take down Phenom, they might have a better fight, but they gotta be careful. Scarp was looking for the pull while they have Giant Tripper on the other side. Revive onto Phenom. All 4 back on their feet for the Last Door, but no pull is gonna connect. Here comes the train, separating the party for now, pushing them back into the train. Now even having the pull, they can look to see if they can go into Scarp, getting the spike for Amador. Rift Walkers are sprinting back. They're getting out of that fight.
Man, that's rough for them because they were Rift had a really good look there. Scarb had a really good zoning on like the whole team. They get the numbers advantage, have the 3v4, and then a little bit of an over push by Chiproll, and then getting bumped into the train turns it into a 3v3. Then TLD kind of reversed it around. So unfortunate they kind of gave up that positioning. Huge ult here by main characters and Aiden to try to run down Train Party. Are they going to be able to get out here because main characters is looking to hunt?
And we're seeing that Gaydad split up from the team. He did get a lot of damage initially onto the back line, but once they separated him from the team, it was an easy pick. So 2 now gone for Train Party, only having 2 that remain. One of them being on that train that we were just talking about. Now Trav's there too, so he should be able to revive and get back into the caboose.
Yeah, so nice. Me and Magical love the train vision and the train fire. So some goated train fire play there. Get back to the train, kind of reposition on this north side of the map, way out of that south side. Looks like they're gonna look for this beacon. I don't know if they know that these 2 teams are so close, but the Last Door might be busy fighting, but they are gonna hear that beacon and probably push that before NIJ.
As Barya holding strong onto the beacon. Neff is running distraction. They actually are just hunting for this knock instead. Want to take down Neff while Rift Walkers do get the immediate respawn. So on the other side, they now were split up and being chased down by NIJ and Neff. For Neff, you got right back on your feet and you pushed right back down, and even having more to follow. Scarb taken out. The Rift Walkers struggling to find a foothold.
Yeah, I just want to call out some really good macro there actually by NIJ for being a newer team. They basically hit on Bush, waited for TLD to push that south, let these guys get the res, and then got their own couple picks on the north side, kind of by surprise there. So I thought that was pretty well played you know, for being a newer team out here on the macro level. Now they're going to get the 4v4 they've maybe been waiting for against one of the top squads. Big grab here.
Whoa, taking them real far back too. Phenom, that back line is gone, and now they've landed at the chains. They could go for the re-engage. They've swapped out Paz, and they have a better angle, but Lemur now threatened Diago on the other side. You got to make sure you're peeling back for Lemur. He's been able to win a lot of this, but looks who comes out of nowhere. Fight all players now fighting with everybody they can. Manuke's been sent out. Not going to find a knock. It's going to be Paz, the first casualty in the fight. Well, another team looking to three-party this one, making 4 parties as Rip Walkers, only with Giant Chip Roll, though. Not a situation you want to find yourself in. You're going to let them all fall. You try to see if you can steal away a kill here and there, but NIJ have been taken out, and the friend all players, fight all players, they continue to look for those picks as they chase away Giant Chip Roll.
Yeah, and like Rift also kind of running from that same fight. Just Chipro and Party left still kind of on the run after NIJ got those picks. Where is this happening? Still friend all players on the hunt. Always looking.
Look at the tracks right now. Poor Rift Walkers. As we go all the way over here. Hello, Train Party. They are truly the Train Party here.
He's like,
can you get a revive in time?
It's like, we've been here before, Magical. Day 4 coming into night.
You got 15 seconds until that is gone. That is going to be leaving you soon.
Okay, Galaxy's going to look.
8, 7, 6.
Here, I'll come back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The final whistle has
Let's watch the kill feed. Oh wait, it's still there. Oh no, now it's burning. It's burning away now. You can see that starting to go.
Look at they did the shards.
They might have enough time. Do they have enough time? They're very far away, but let's go back to the fight as main characters fighting with Tammy Garfield and getting eliminated. So main characters do get eliminated, and they are so close. They're hoping that it holds strong until they can get in the zone. It's almost there.
TTG though.
They have made it. The TTG have been waiting for them this entire time. And now it is the Train Party bringing the party to Tammy Garfield. Getting a knock traded 1 for 1, but not anymore. 2 now gone for Train Party. Galaxy Gateway Trap trying to defend the best they can. The shield has been broken. Trav is chased away. TTG get control of the tracks while Crown might be picked up by Trav.
Dude, I'm just having like such a good time watching TTG fight, bro, because they're not running a healer. They're just all in. They have so much. They got the Kingpin grab. They got the Bishop punch to follow it with. They got the huge burst from Lunaris on the Shiv. And then they got Pine pumping on the Myth. So they're just like all out damage, like screw support. They're just like here to pump, and they've been showing up really well with it. Like I really like the comp, and it's working well for him. Chipro in a rough spot here in the brawl 1v1.
It's a 1v1 brawl duel. You can even see the last 2 were letting it happen. Like, all right,
the 1v1
wins?
Respect
Lemur
the
or
1v1.
Giant Chipro? We got to keep watching this one because right now Giant Chipro is getting chased down, but no longer is the 1v1. Giant Chipro now dashing away, but gonna be difficult to get out there. Some moves, but Lemur was there.
The blink Lemur brawl, dude, disgusting.
It was well done by Lemur to make sure they knock out another team.
I've been caught. We've talked about this before. I've been caught by the blink Lemur brawl. It is not a good time. I know exactly how that feels. He's just way over there, and then all of a sudden he's instantly on top of you with a slam, and then you're gone. And so, you know, I thought that was actually a really good look by Chipro. Big pull on the tether to use that momentum to get wide right, and I thought he was going to get out, but of course Lemur waiting with the blink dagger just locks in that slam. So coming over to Trav, 10 seconds left on the most wanted. So Train Party going to be right back in it after that fiesta with TTG up there. We're talking about fiesta.
TTG and the last door fighting yet again. TTG might have won the last game, but the last door want to take this one. Abador is going to be found now by the brawling back line Kingpin. Miragent took a lot of damage, but was able to throw it right back at the Lemur. While some revives are attempted onto Phenom, the rest of TTG now pushing up. They want to deny that, but they've already gotten themselves Phenom back on his feet while they fight on the other side to take out Lemur. And this Miragent Kingpin is scary. There's a lot of damage, but guess who's going to third party this one? It is Train Party showing up on the tracks, throwing down the Abyssal Breaker, throwing down the damage, almost finding the snipe onto Abador, but he was able to kite back with the rest of his team. While Train Party don't want to push too far. They don't know how many members of the last door are right there.
Yeah, and look, Abador has some of our new armor, dude. The red armor from the upgrade from the damage, and so repaired that up to full, looking to live with that, not give that away. So he's actually going to maybe split. Oh, going for the death box res on Lemur. So big
That's
play
smart.
while Paz plays the crown. TTG may be in a rough spot down here, though, playing the Miragen with the spike on Trav, though. Going to be able to hold the res.
Miragen on this Kingpin.
Yeah.
This Kingpin is so good. We've seen a lot of amazing plays. Miragen keeps getting better and better with these pulls and looking for the flank. They look for the boat as they took out one. And now they've gotten themselves on a better island. Train party now struggling. They're back on the train.
Back
but
on the
that
train,
train's not gonna be in
baby.
the circle long enough for you to get that revive on. Gaydad is staying on it. No pull connects, but into the zone. You see how much damage right there that Gaydad took.
Yeah, Miragen really wanted to lock that in and just get those guys out of here, but they do stay in it. So TTG getting engaged on by TLD from the south after they box res Lemur, so catching him a little off guard. Maybe Miragen takes a big chunk of damage, but is going to be able to peel and heal. And Miragen now has Lemur's Blink Dagger, so keep an eye out for that. And while that's happening, Friendel players just ripping up here on Train Party do eliminate them at squad 4. So Train Party, even though they had a good time on the train, they do get wiped out. It was a good run for them, though. I like that. I like the plays.
I like the attempts too.
Yeah.
They made it a lot longer than I expected. But now we have our top 3 teams, and these are 3 teams that we've been looking at a lot. Fight all players, eat all players, destroy all players, friend all players, whatever you want to call them. It's this strong team that usually makes it into our top parties.
We just can't
Same
say
with
the
last
acronym
one.
now is the problem.
I mean, we can. It's just like,
It's
do we
just
want
awkward.
to? It's just, do we want to? Not really.
I think they maybe want us to on accident. I think that's the play, or the real
Will
play
probably
here.
happen once, honestly. Right now, look at the circle. It's kind of pushing them through the falls, getting down towards the shop where the last door have themselves pretty strong. They have a pretty strong position.
Yeah,
As you
XP
mentioned,
Soul,
having
too.
that- yeah, XP Soul having that mythical armor. Not saying that on anyone else. Only one player has the red, and that is Abador.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the way it works is you have to get 25,000 damage in day 1, night 1 to get that armor. Otherwise, you can't get it. So like that armor tiering upgrade, I'm pretty sure that was my understanding of how it was worded. And so Abador basically got that day 1, night 1, has been holding on to it this entire time. And like we look at armors, you know, armor pretty even, honestly. Like TLD do have that big one, but they got a couple broken, and then just Lemur with a green, TTG on 2 golds, and Friendel players on 2 golds. But Friendel players have Shrapnel Soul, so any armor advantage that exists, literally just a couple shots from Friendel players is going to sort of eliminate that. And so Friendel players probably do have the armor advantage, and they're always looking strong with powers. If we look at their gear, you know, 2 pinks on Kenneth with a blue, full pinks on Height, Nidhogg almost a full pinks, and Ryan almost a full pink, so fully upgraded.
You didn't see that full attempted by Miragent right there. They were trying to go for the fadeaway on the train to get a pull on TLD.
Didn't get it.
And they get themselves a better position in the circle. I like that from TTG. Hopping a ride so that when they were the ones that were going to be pushed into the last door, they are now the ones defending the position. But now have to be so cautious. You know there's a fight happening on the right down here on the bottom side. If you are fight all players, so you can
Miragent.
easily start pushing into the circle. There have been a couple storm grenades thrown out. We see the blast off on a pad, but he's going to heal right back up, throwing up the shield, but they're getting thrown down in the abyss. TLD struggling as they
TTG.
get themselves back onto that island over the shop.
TTG just having a day, bro. They're really improving as a team and continually showing up in these scrims and like really scaling on a real level. Like we had this same exact last game, and TTG pulled it out. Kind of fighting both these teams around the same time. So we will see Kenneth looking for a cheeky Jhin angle in this bush. One charged LMB from this Jhin is going to wipe out all of that armor. Second thinks he checks the bush, but doesn't.
Missed it. Looks for Lemur because that's who they think is actually there. They have no idea that Kenneth has snuck their way into the brush, and they're not even going to probably spot that out because they have thrown out the rockets, and it just went a little wide. So
Here we go.
now, here's the play. They go into the back line. They got a lot of damage onto Pine, but Pine is still back up. His Height was the one taken down. TTG putting the pressure on to fight all players as Lunaris goes for the back line. Look to take out the Jhin himself. And
Kenneth.
Jhin finally gets it, but it's traded 1-for-1. Miragent now going to be the target, getting a lot of damage. Nidhogg this whole time on Ghost has been wailing away the best he can, and Abador too, waiting for their moment to strike.
Oh
as they're
my
throwing
God,
out the
Abador.
lasers. only one left. Zakin trying to get away, but Nidhogg is hunting him down. He's looking for the plays to eliminate another team. But Zakin is up on that wall, trying to stay far away, while Abador
Oh
picking up
my
the crown.
God, Abador
Almost
just
was able to
going
get it.
off
He does
here.
have himself down to 50 seconds, but Nidhogg doesn't want to make it too easy for the fellow ghost to try to get out of this one as they're getting towards the abyss, waiting to snipe him down. But now Kenneth almost spiked. 40 seconds for Abador. He's got to get something back for the team, but it's actually them that fall with fight all players back, ready to fight. But that respawn beacon, is it enough time? No. Napalm sent out, and Zekin out into the storm will fall, giving fight all players the win.
Dude, what a wild end game. Abador literally just screwed TTG so hard there, bro. Like, Zekin was looking for that res. Like, it was such an even fight between gotta keep friend all players and TTG there. And Abador just comes in from the right, and like the only way to get to that crown was through TTG there. Just, you know, punishes the people left in the back, gets the crown, gets another pick off of that, and almost able to make the miracle run to bring the last door back in, but doesn't quite get there. And so really like spicy endgame. Really could have gone either way there, depending on which team Abador looked opportune on, really. He was really the determining factor in that one.
Really was. And I love those crazy plays at the end, just seeing how they're going to kind of work out and what team ends up taking because how close they can get, right? The only thing that I think was a bigger problem for the last door is when they gave TTG that free train ride in the circle. They didn't put any pressure. It almost felt like they were surprised that TTG waited for the train. You know the train's coming, and you know that is one quick way to get in the circle. I feel like last door maybe could have put a little bit more pressure on at that moment.
Yeah, and like, you know, our last cast, the end of last week, we were talking about the growth and like evolution of teams. We're really seeing a lot more teams kind of step up with the confidence to face off against these top teams. You know, like it used to be like literally even just last week, it was the last door and destroy all players, like kind of, you know, having their way with people. And just in like, you know, in like a week's time, we're really seeing like a lot of these teams scale. Fabled, TTG, especially today, like we're seeing some like really good end games from these guys. They're starting to like, you know, kind of merge better as a team and have some like really good looks. And so, yeah, I just thought I just like really like the comp TTG was running. They're saying like we don't even need heals, we don't even need support. We're just gonna like ship it all in. These are scrims, and like right as I'm saying that, they pull in Heelys. So
there we go, Heelys coming in.
Maybe they're switching away from that comp, even though I do think it was kind of working for them. And I think Pine might have been kind of just like filling for him or covering for him.
I think so too.
Till Heelys got in, because I know Heelys is normally with them.
Give me 1 second before we start. I'm just going to give my wife a kiss.
Yep, no worries. Let me make sure my shit's good here.
You done with one more game by then? All right, there we go. So I think I have time for one more game, then I gotta eat some dinner.
All right, no worries, brother.
How many games are they planning on playing today?
I think they're normally going for 6, but I'm not sure.
How many did you watch before? Was it 1 or 2?
Oh, we did 1 before you hopped in, so this is 3.
Okay, perfect. So, sweet. So if we end up doing more, what I'll do is I'll just leave the stream on, so that way it's just there. Let you cast it still, go eat, and then come back like once I'm done.
Word. Yeah, sounds good to me, bro.
That way we can get some more games. I gotta get some more content to post on YouTube. I'm still doing all the shorts for all the stuff.
Oh,
So
Dylan says he thinks NIJ is Ninja. I missed that. Okay.
Ninja. Okay, perfect. And then what's MH?
MH is Madhouse, so that's a good one.
Madhouse.
You know that one.
Yeah.
MadMagical.
Madhouse, perfect.
And then NIJ is Ninja, and then we still don't know TBD. Maybe it's literally to be determined.
I think it is literally just meant to be determined.
Because they don't know their team name yet.
Yeah, they just went with that because they're like, yeah, I don't know what it's named otherwise. if you want to tell the players that I'm streaming the games now so that they can watch like another perspective, you're more than cool to do that.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh,
Choose
We'll do
wisely.
that.
you want me to just like drop it in chat next time?
Yeah, just because I know some of the players like seeing not from just who beat them if they get eliminated. They kind of like seeing afterwards.
Yeah, I'll
I got to do the /P. Doing just team. They're not gonna see that, by the way.
Oh,
'Cause
That's-
you have to do /P first to.
God damn it.
Might not be able to do it from the screen.
damn.
Yeah. You have to wait till we get out.
I tried. Okay, I'll do it next
That's okay.
time.
Ooh! Guess what? We got
You are the drop leader.
bullet train time.
Let's go.
Let's go. Bullet train. It's been a bit since we gotten a good bullet train game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really hyped for this one.
Dude, bullet train's always a good time. I love like the fact that the circle closes on the tracks makes it like so much better, dude. Like I feel like every bullet train game we have that we cast is like actual cinema because of train stuff happening.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best storms. Like I can't think of any storm that I prefer over bullet train. It just you have it where the bullet trains are already fun. It's already fast motion. Then you have it where the circle will always end up towards the tracks to keep that going. It's beautiful. Ooh, wow! Look at this drop though.
Yeah, interesting pathing here.
Very southern, and then all our golds are way to the north.
Oh yeah, whoa. That is going to
Way
be
up there.
interesting here.
Like, oh my god, 3 teams are just going for Cold Fang.
Yeah, going to be a bloodbath down here, and the victor is going to come out super rich and super juiced. Main characters Fabled and friend all players, so 3 teams that know what's going on. We're going to see who's going to come out of here alive. We got Resurgence happening, don't forget. So automatic reses for day 1, night 1. And we're like watching these teams learn how to deal with this on the fly. So we've had 2 games now. This is our 3rd game where we're seeing like a lot of this kind of relentless early action. And right as I say that, we actually kind of get the opposite as Fable peels out north looking for some levels before they fight. But the last door at level 1, looking for it against TTG at level 1. No one got any creeps.
No, but
Everyone's
they
just
are
looking to
getting
kill.
the spikes, and I think that is more important right now for TLD. We looked at last game, and you were talking about it. When you have more damage dealt on night 1, well, by the end of night 1, you're more than likely going to get that red armor, the mythical tier armor for yourself. And that is big. And I feel like that's what I'm expecting from more teams, especially some of our top players. Maybe not the full
An
wipes,
enemy
but
oracle
full
is scanning.
action from every squad as they are
Enemy
looking to
oracle
take as
online.
much damage off their opponents as possible so they can get
100%.
all of
An
those
enemy oracle
items
is
later on.
scanning.
Like right now,
Kill is
Madhouse nearly fully wiping Ninja. Only one Ninja did get away.
Yeah, and look at the armor. The green, full green on Dreammaker, full blue here on Sataru. So like really big. Like if you can push blue here on Ham, so like a really big advantage. If you can get that damage through early, you can literally just like farm. They might have got some of that from the boss because we got a green and a blue that drops off of the machine
Yeah,
boss.
they-
But
I think they got it from that.
you know, there definitely is a play to where if you're farming damage early, you can really
Let's
like
go back to
secure.
Cold Fangs. Yeah. Okay, and fight all players scrapping right now. Already losing out on Pine. Trickle Jordan has been knocked. Fight all players continuing to try to fight, or friend all players, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever.
begins with an. It's
Yeah.
whatever begins with an F.
Any
Like,
F
it could
works.
even worse. It could be even worse than what we were saying. We don't know.
That was my first thought, was the worst word. And I was like, well, it's probably not that. At least that's not what we're supposed to say.
So now main characters have moved back up towards Cold Fangs, as they kind of realized that there was fighting, but everyone's bailed.
Yeah.
Even seeing that fight all players went towards the catacombs. Faye had that little scrap with them. They went and peeled back towards the desert. They've gotten Trickle back on their feet. So everything pretty locked standard so far early in the game. Just expecting a lot of these, where you have a lot of skirmishes early, maybe a couple knocks, but I'd be more hard-pressed to find a full team wipe. Because even here, Ninja, they almost got wiped. 3 of their players were taken down, yet they're all back on their feet, and they're
Yep.
fighting with Madhouse
Ooh.
over the machine. The laser starting to push in. Got a little dicey. There's
nice
a nice
trade.
spike there for Ninja to make it an even fight at the moment. 3 versus 3. Dawn's on the other side, dashing away, trying to be a menace in the back line as Sephiku was able to get a knock onto him. Almost was able to find Code Guy, while Dreammaker has to try to kite back 10 more seconds until they can get the full team revive off. And they are waiting that out while Ninjas are in a bad spot at the moment. They know that it's going to be uneven since Sephiku had been put in a wisp form. Now they have to wait 25 seconds themselves. Madhouse getting the spike over the laser, so they took out Dawn. But there is still that timer that's ticking away for Ninja. They can get the whole team back up momentarily.
Yeah, I feel like Madhouse playing that timer really well there for it being such a new mechanic. I feel like they patiently waited that res they needed early. They pushed the wisp res like right when they needed to try to force them off of that. And we noticed right there that if someone's down in wisp form, the timer has not begun yet. So, but we did see in this patch the wisp time reduced from 30 to 10 seconds, or to 15, so halved. Big ult there by Height to lock down Phenom. And so TLD looking to peel back, get their res through on their 2 players. One's going to be back right here.
There it is. They got him back up. So, but they are split up at the moment since they don't have everyone here for the last tour. Same with Fight All players. They're in a bad spot themselves, and they're waiting for these respawns. And they are so close, but it's going to be the first one. Ryan taken down. Nidhogg on the other side. Can wait it out. The chilling finale, but main character's about to intervene on this one. They're going to show up out of nowhere. Abador is able to get the knock on a King. He's going to find himself in trouble as Abador's jumped on by main characters. And now it's only Phenom who tries to get away. Fight All players, they're on the other side. They've bailed completely while the last door. They're able to get some revives far away. So they will still have 3 members, but it's a dicey situation they still find themselves in.
Yeah, and right before that, Friend All players peeled out north before the last door. So they're doing the same thing, waiting out the timer. They are going to get their 4 back here, so they are right back in it. And we're coming up on the end of night 1. So Resurgence about to end here. Teams looking to have to get back to their normal strategy of resurrecting like normal. Lunaris locking in one of those golds. We got mayhem kind of happening up here on this side of the map. If I can find it here.
That got kind of peeled and tried to head straight north to get those golds, right? Now they're starting to move into each other with the circles still pushing them southernly. So TTG kind of split up. We see that a lot of our teams that went for those golds north side got themselves split up, but they are going to eventually meet. As Vital players have found Train Party. They're not aboard the train just yet, but they are fighting on the tracks and then looking for the knocks. Nidhogg was the first casualty, while Boat will find himself also spiked over the abyss. Train Party might be able to get the Fox revive on the outside, while Trav looks to dash in on to Ryan. But Ryan is, no, he's not fine. Gets spiked right there by Trav. And unfortunately, it does seem that there was one train that got
traded
out.
back with the train.
Not respecting their own train.
The train makes it a 1-for-1. Easy trade there. But that player right there, Ryan, actually someone that I connected with the other day. I saw one of his YouTube videos, but a brand new player to SUPERVIVE, but a very sort of established competitive player in the gaming scene, has several kind of giant accolades under his belt, and so he's basically starting his SUPERVIVE arc. And we got some big violence happening between TBD, our unknown team, and main characters here. They're going to take out 2. But Ryan, one of these players that's really looking to learn and learn quickly. And so I just saw him for the first time yesterday on Nidhogg stream, learning directly from the man himself. And so I think Ryan is going to have a really bright future in competitive SUPERVIVE, because he is grinding. He is out here all day, every day, with the only intent to get better. And so it's been really cool watching his short arc so far, and really excited to see what he's going to do.
I think Ryan comes from other MOBAs too, like Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, Pokemon Unite is one of them. I think he's world champion, actually.
Oh, hold on right now. Because we got to look at Train Party, who got themselves pinched on the tracks. The train's about to clack it down to the track.
Oh, Trav!
Trav, no! Trav, why did you go back to the train? You had the escape. It was your party. And unfortunately, you're doomed. While the last door are intervening, we still have so many teams are really close to these tracks, but now they've started to kind of spread apart. Scarb is going to be chased down by the last door, while TTG, hot on their heels, not going to really intervene. They're going to let Scarb die and not want to intervene as a third party yet.
Yeah, so just Party left on Rift, looking to peel, do Jin stuff, get his team back. We look at, there's still a lot of action up on this part of the map. TLD and Friendall players facing off again. pretty normal occurrence in these scrims, as these teams always looking to scrap with each other and try to gain that advantage. And we've been seeing some really back and forth between these guys today. So got another one here. Kenneth looking for the flank on the Jhin. Gets the cloak. Can he get a good angle here? He's going for it. Big engage with the flip.
I like that with the clone. Kind of baited in the last door, making them think that they were right behind them. But instead, it was all to get them off of this Abyssal Guardian. Allows Fight All players now to take the crown themselves while we go all the way up here where Tammy Garfield are getting run down by ninjas. Chasing them back onto the track while the last door still try their best to fight back over the Guardian that was secured by Fight All players.
Yeah, we saw Ninja take out 2 or 3 up here. Look, huge. They come away with basically all the golds from this northern scrap you were talking about as everyone makes their way down. They might have a perfect opportunity to advantage or to opportune here on this fight between TLD and Friend All players if they play it correctly. Let's see if they look or if they just look to go left there. These guys still kind of facing off against each other. TTG is back, so regrouped on the boat. All's good. No worries here.
Yeah, but we do see that there are some scraps everywhere else right now. I think it's Faye and main characters. There we go. They're fighting all the way down in the desert. And Faye were the ones that come out on top. They got 2 knocks already.
Nice
and
snipe.
Snipe on to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nice play there from Faye to take out another member of the main characters.
Like you just went for the full name there. I love it. So Improving's out. This is cool to see. Improving on the myth. Improving just been on his Jewel arc, absolutely dominating on the Jewel. Is looking to switch it up to the myth for the sake of the team comp today. Going back up here, kind of seeing that posturing between the last door. Oh, Ninja looking for the opportunity. They're going to run right into Friend All players, though. Big damage out on him. All that gold's just gone. Look at how chipped it is already.
They got almost all of them wiped right there. They lost 1 player. I don't know if that was the 1 gold member. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, so they do get out with all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep all 3 that they had before, just losing the blues, which isn't the greatest. But TTG find themselves in a slightly better position, having taken away that blue. And we really have to look at our 3 teams that we always look at, right? The last door, Faye, not Faye, sorry. Faye is one of the 4, but the 3 has been last door, Team Tammy Garfield, and Fight All players is like our 3 big teams that constantly somehow get into the top 3 every single match.
Yeah, and I would say Fabled is like getting right there too. Like we've seen Fabled
like
doing really well over the last couple scrims we've casted. So also another team that's like scaling really well. And we're getting like constant action. So Ninja gets another kill. They're gonna lock it in with the Void Swap. And I just got pulled all the way back down here.
So one of the interesting things that I think has come from the changes that we've had with the day 1 night resurgence is we are on day 4 and not a single team has been eliminated yet.
Whoa,
Normally,
that is crazy actually. I didn't even notice that.
If you think about it,
no wonder there's
normally
so much
you're
going on.
starting to use a lot of these respawn beacons early.
True,
so
true.
Out, you can't use all of them. Now you have so many more options. Every team can still use these respawn beacons that are inside of the circle. They've got the crowns they can work on. They have better angles, and now they've got better gear going into these later nights. That it's been hard to find full team wipes. You find picks like this, where you're able to take out 1, but how are you getting the rest of the team? Rift Walkers have Scarf just disengaging, trying to get away. But here comes the train, barely dodged away, and he's gonna hop the board and hope for that revive, but it's gonna take him out of the circle if he does so.
Yeah, that was that's a little spicy. So Scarb looking to just bush play, buy a little time here, see what his options are. Parya's still alive down here though. We saw Chirpo get taken out by the Jewel with those full stacks, just getting the shift elite. Main characters holding strong on their island here. They are going to look to push. Nope, just kidding.
They're looking for Parya. They're looking for the full to deny that. And now an engage on the other side by Train Party, trying to have a party over the island, but they lost Trav initially, and they find another spike. Main characters, it might be a small island, but that's their territory that they control. Parya now moving up, hoping to gain that same control with only a few seconds left. As we are going, I like that one. The revive on the other side, the crown there from the Rift Walkers, and now both teams that looked like they were about to get taken out are both fully back in.
Yeah, and the last door and Fabled fighting just south of this. Like you were saying, 10 teams left. There's actually so much action happening on the map still. Big ults coming out from Fabled. Try to lock down Abador. They will get it. So TLD down to just 2 left in Lemur and Paz in a pretty rough spot here positionally. Paz looking to just sneak his way around on the Zeph. Lemur going to maybe go a different direction.
You're splitting up. You're hoping that just splitting up this way might make it a little bit easier for Lemur to get a crown, get something to bring back the team. Because that's what you have to hope for, as 10 teams are still up. There is no team that has been eliminated yet. We have a couple teams that are close now with the last door so close. But we look at the fight. It was a big grab on to Team Tammy Garfield. But now the singularity has been put down. And they're looking to see if they can get the damage. They find one under Marigen. And Ninja are now playing aggressively. Tammy Garfield have the disengage split all
Train
better
Party.
ways. While Train Party intervening. Clackety-clack down
Madhouse.
the Train Party looking to take down teams. Tammy Garfield, Lunaris healed up a lot, but had to dash so far away while the main characters are chasing on the other side. And Tammy Garfield are getting run down. But with Ninja about to lose another member as Galaxy Gayboy has got right on his heels, we see that TBD now intervene for another time. Another team enters the fray, but our first one eliminated sadly has to be the Ninja.
Dude, so after all that, the Ninjas get eliminated. The fight was looking so good for them. They had such a big Void ult into Shiv ult for a massive advantage there in the 2v4, but they just get pushed by Train Party, and then Train Party gets pushed by Madhouse, and then everyone runs into these people over here, and it's just actual chaos. So in the end of all that, Ninja does get eliminated. All of their golds get jacked by Train Party, but Zekken did get the killing blow on them with that punch into the storm. And so the kill is actually going to go to TTG, not to Train Party. And yeah, dude, it's actually crazy how many squads are left like at 4 just duking out. That's like such a good point with the res beacons being available still, because they didn't have to use any of them in early game, right?
All right, let's go to fight all players. Oh, I wanted to look at that because they just got eliminated. I saw a crown on their head. So we have 2 of our top 3 teams eliminated now. The last door got eliminated right before that. And now, fight all players, friend all players are gone. We're losing teams left and right now. As Tammy Garfield, the other team we were just talking about, has also been eliminated. Bottom 5 for these top 3 teams. Not looking so hot in this one, especially with the crazy action that's been going back and forth between all parties.
Okay, that just shifts the train barely. Nice. Yeah, Train Party's starting to look stacked gear-wise. If we look here, like some big, you know, armor, powers, equipment, all of it's coming through and like getting pretty close to like Abyss out. Fate Rewinder, Nuke, Abyss Specialist, Trav looking to go in, put the pressure on Fabled here. Fable do have 4 left. Where are the other 2? They're holding off main characters on this front. And so they're going to kind of... so Pine actually is over here for Afro and Fable. So we had a double sub where Shriekel Jordan went out of TTG and into Fable.
3 teams now scrapping. We've already gotten knock onto Pine, but Pine's back on his feet, trying to dash back with Faye, get into a better spot with the bungee cord, almost dragging him in.
Well
we see on the kill feed that TBD has been taken out. The Rift Walkers now push themselves a little bit further into the territory of main characters, but didn't find anything. Giant Triple has already gotten away, while Train Party look to get back onto the tracks. That is their territory, but Madhouse have been playing a patient game this entire time, slowly getting themselves better territory, so now they can look to see if they can flank any of these teams.
Dude, Madhouse kind of stacked, bro. They got Night Stalker and Damage Soul. You even see these guys.
They've been sneaky all game. They've just been going to stack up for late game. Like I said, so many teams have not been eliminated. They haven't had to have these fights until now. And so with the position they find themselves in, they are not seeing it's Night Stalker that they've got on their side. But we are having the fight as Rift Walkers were able to get a knock onto Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now they got the other one. But they need to make sure they're holding on to their territory, because Faye have been chipping away at the damage this entire time. Giant Triple has been taken out. They even got a knock on the other side, while Pari is the only one left. But here's the Train Party looking to push into Faye, up into the eye of the storm, but dashing back is Trav, trying to stay alive. But Madhouse, it's their time to strike finally, finding the angle. They've landed the chains, but do you want to follow that one up just yet? They don't. They decide not to fight with Madhouse. Instead, trying to get back towards the trains, hope that they can get a revive off of something. But Improving is still right behind the last remaining member of the main characters.
Yeah, I think like Madhouse is playing this very intelligently. They're not letting the bloodlust get the best of them. They're waiting for the right opportunity. They know they have big soul advantage here. They can play their invisibility. They do have damage soul. They're gonna have advantage in an all-out brawl 4v4. So they're looking to just let some of these other teams eliminate each other and look for good opportunities. They're not going to try to overcommit. They know they're like one of the newer teams. The Scrims, huge nuke coming out from Paria, going to force Fable completely off that train. Oh,
I love it. I love that play from the Rift Walkers. Only 2 members though, and that's the problem. They didn't control much of the real estate, and now that the nukes have been sent out on all these
Oh
islands,
my
Faye,
God.
how do you get out of this one? There's nothing you can land on in order to escape, and you're doing your best. There's a corner that they can utilize, and now Train Party had pushed themselves forward, trying to get the damage onto Faye, because they are wearing the crown on the other side, but they're pushed back to the train. They notice that Paria is right behind them as Galaxy Game Boy does find improving, almost was knocked into the void, but these teams that are losing their members are now trying to see if they can steal away the crown, but they're jumping onto Paria and looking for the knock. They find it. They got rid of the Rift Walkers, and now with so close, they take out the main characters. But 40 seconds still remain for the Train Party to get fully back online. They have to have the whole team there, but they've already lost out on their crown. No longer can they rely on that, and these dashes are not working. The Rear doesn't help out Train Party. Another team gone, 2 remain.
Yeah, so after all that carnage, just 2 left. So Madhouse, the plan went according to plan. They are set up for success here. They have the clean 4v4. They have invisibility. They have damage soul. They even have, you know, armor advantage, 4 or 3 blues and a gold. And so this is Madhouse's game to win. Let's see if they can kind of close it out with a monster fight here at the end to take out Fabled, one of our most dominant teams in Scrims so far. Fable over the top.
We've said it many times that Fable is a top 4 contender. They could be even higher up, but they got to fight against the Madhouse, a new team, and this new team is wreaking havoc upon them. Already getting the carries gone. Now they're looking to see if they can take out Pine, but Pine is doing a great job of landing these arrows from range, trying to make sure that Ham is going to be confirmed, but they weren't able to get the respawn. Here comes the bullet train, has to use the phase walk through it to get away, but now pushed into the storm. Ham's on top of him, same with Kogai, as Dunmuir has to be a hero, absolute god, as the solo oath. There is a crown on the other side, but not enough time for you to survive. We get a nice new winner in Madhouse.
Madhouse, brand new team. First day of Scrims that I've seen. Maybe they played yesterday or the day before, but I have not seen this team ever. And so seeing them come out and get a W on game 3 is like very impressive. Like, and I think a lot is to be said there for their strategy, their sort of macro, like the way they played that. The way they were patient with, you know, they knew they had soul advantage. They knew they had armor advantage. They waited for the other teams to, you know, basically like murk each other. Dude, I'm so bad at this typing stuff.
I know, yeah, there you go.
You know, waiting for the other teams to murk each other. So they had the clean 4v4 with that advantage and they win it. So just like very well played strategically by Madhouse, and they get the W SUPERVIVE. So really, really cool to see, honestly.
Very cool. That's why I like watching these scrims. It's a lot of new things that we get to see and see how these teams kind of are evolving. All right, I'm gonna check with my wife though, and if the food is ready, so I can go eat.
Yeah.
If it is, I'm gonna eat. If not, then I'll cast until I have to eat.
Word, bro.
So I'll be right back.
Sounds good, man. No sweat. No sweat. Yeah, that was a sick game. Well played, Madhouse. Really nice, actually. So we got Koji. I don't know if it's Koji or Kogai. Satataru, Ham, and Dreammaker on Madhouse getting their first victory in Scrims here against some of these big teams. We got a lot of big names in this lobby, a lot of legend players, a lot of players that have been playing for a long time, a lot of teams that have been playing together for a while now. And so to see a new team with new players come in, mix it up, and get the W is like really, really cool. And I wonder how much of that has to do with this storm, the new resurgence thing that's happening, right? It's literally a thing like implemented for new players. Like I wonder how much of the sort of resurgence being there helped Madhouse in that early game set themselves up for success in late game, right? Like a really...
I mean, yeah, the thing is, I feel like they didn't really get lucky with it because they were smart on how they played. There was a lot of fighting, and I think a big thing with these early circles is, as we saw, I think in not the first game, but the second game, where you're able to get that red armor, that was really big for teams like the Last Door, that these early fights actually end up helping you more so than kind of playing it passively. But here, because no team was able to actually get the damage to get that mythical armor, it made it so that the patient game that Madhouse played ended up working really well for them because now they have everything. They got both the souls. They were in a fantastic position. And even with that, as like they played the fights well.
Yeah.
They constantly were playing these fights really intelligently on how they made sure to look for these fights. It looks like these players have been really growing. Like Kogai is someone we've seen a couple times, right?
Yeah,
We've
I
seen them
do
play a
recognize
few times.
Kogai. Yeah.
And I think that's bringing in some experience from past scrims. Maybe the team itself is brand new. I don't recognize Ham. I don't recognize Dreammaker. Satataru, I don't recognize either. But even having someone who's participated in scrims and say, hey, this is how we need to play. We need to play a little bit more passively here. We need to look for a better angle. Oh, we don't have these items. We don't have these powers. Maybe we hold off before we actually pull the trigger on any of these full fights.
Yeah, and we saw it, like they were very strategic in like getting those souls, and like really the souls is what let them play it so strategically. Like that night soul where you just have permanent stealth is wild, and then damage soul just outright one of the best ones just for the sort of power advantage, especially in like a late game 4v4 like that. So yeah, you might be right. Like some in-game leading could be going down from a more experienced player to kind of, you know, show them. But it's just like, you know, it'd be interesting to kind of see like one team's POV. I might have to go back and see if I can find some streams for some of these newer guys and watch if they, you know, because I really want to see how this resurgence is affecting like that, how that plays into the late game. And I'm curious, especially for that game, how much of the resurgence affected Madhouse's victory there. You know what I mean?
Right. I think I'm curious too. I mean, what I was saying is Relic says that Dreammaker is 100% top 50. Is Dreammaker?
Oh, Dreammaker is nice.
I was like, because that would make sense because I know who Toymaker is. They're a player that's played quite a number of times, but I don't recognize Dreammaker. Maybe I just haven't run across them the last couple days because I have been working the last couple days, so I haven't actually been playing as much as I usually do.
But yeah, they are new to me as well, but I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them with a victory like that. So.
For sure. Actually, I'm gonna grab a water really quick before they start.
No worries.
I know they're gonna start here in a second. I'm gonna grab that bottle. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. We saw a pretty good performance from Ninjas that game as well. I thought these guys actually did exceptionally well. They had a really good fight up north there against, I think it was against TTG. Yeah, Monster, Voidal into the Shiv ult follow-ups. A really good look. They had like a 2v4 advantage, and then a bunch of other people came and like opportuned on it. So I'm really liking the showing from our new squads here, and we'll have to see if TBD, to be determined, can make anything happen in this game, because that's like the only one we haven't like kind of zoomed in on and see something new and exciting happen. But you know, they just haven't been part of the main action yet, so we will keep looking to them to see if they can kind of, you know, make a name for themselves in this first day of scrims. But if not, you know, it seems like these guys are running these pretty much every day at this point. We got a lot of opportunity for new teams, new players to get in the mix and, you know, really practice. Like they're literally scrims. It's practice. That's why we're here. Is to all get better. Welcome back, Magical. And, you know, the same way these players are scrimming, like I'm scrimming casting, and Magical, we're scrimming shoutcasting. We're trying to get better shoutcasting because we want to be, you know, some of the best to help this game, you know, get to the masses. And so really just everyone out here improving is like it's a cool thing, especially with like a game and a community and a scene like this new. Like literally everyone out here today is like just trying to get better. That's like everyone's like main intent, and usually like that ends up in a good time. Like even if it's not like, you know, super fun or super funny, it's like you come away from that feeling good. You know what I mean? Even if you lost, if you learned some things, if you got even a little bit better, it's a victory, right?
I agree. That's kind of like the growth of any esport, right? Because you're going to start off with some players that just at the beginning, because maybe they've been playing longer, or they just a game they gravitate towards a lot easier, they're going to come out really good. But then you have other players that maybe struggle at first, but they put the practice in, they put the time in, they get better each and every time they play, to the point that they reach that player that was better than them before, or even surpass them and start getting themselves as the one that we're really having the conversations about.
Yep.
And there's quite a few teams that I'd say that we've had that for. Faye has been a big one where they started off and they've been playing for quite some time, but they weren't a team that was initially even top 5. But now they are easily one of our top 4s, even contending many times for that top spot in final circles.
Yeah, we were just talking about Ninjas in the break, having a nice level 1 there against Destroy All players, Fight All players, Friend All players. So Nidhogg looking to peel south here, wait out this timer. But Ninja is going to try to run him down. Going to be a hard ask on the Void to get out, but if anyone can do it, it's probably Nidhogg.
It's Nidhogg on Void, too. This is like his main. This is the
Oh, he
big one
takes
that
the
he's
swap.
known for. Nice swap. Tries to get the team back in. Only a few more seconds.
Oh
Has
my
to get
God.
away. Does he get that? Actually, I think they respawn elsewhere because Height
Oh,
also
yeah.
has survived.
You can choose who you're spectating, and that's where you
Right.
respawn.
Nidhogg, oh man, he's outplaying them right now, but finally he's gonna fall over the abyss as the last door show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Ninjas, they thought they had this all
Oh.
to themselves, but suddenly the last door are upon them, nearly a snipe. They could get eliminated early on this
Oh,
one.
yeah,
The
it's not
hunt
looking
is there.
good.
Last door wants this. They ride the
Ah.
tornado, and goodbye, Ninja.
Yeah, so Ninja's going to come away with that away from that one with a valuable lesson. Sometimes the chase is not worth it. That's a perfect example where they're looking to get that, kill on Nidhogg. They knew they weren't going to get team wiped because someone else got away north, right? But they're just looking to get that last kill point. It ends up costing them the entire game as the last door opportunes from the south there and does come away with it. And at that point, it's rough because if you just blew all your cooldowns chasing Nidhogg, and the last door engages like that, you basically have nothing. And we just saw it play out there where they kind of just smacked them, because they didn't have cooldowns, and
Exactly.
really hard to win that fight when you're just down everything basically on that chase. So
Unfortunate. As you said, newer team though. It's a learning experience.
Yep,
The process.
they'll remember
they
that
have
one.
to- yeah, how you have to figure out a lot of this and when to chase, when not to chase.
Huge jewel
Right
bump
now,
there.
Madhouse got a little bit interesting there for a second. I thought that maybe we're gonna see a further fight by the main characters, but they decided to peel off. They're not gonna fully commit for that one. Instead, just wanting to farm up down south.
yeah, it was a really nice jewel queue to bump everyone off that train. Got like 3 people off the train with the little stun bump. Big from TBD there. Big oath entry by
TBD
Jewel on the oath. I was like, wait,
TBD
what?
went to school. They went to academy, so they're already level 6s
Oh, true.
across the board. And that's why I just suddenly see Abyssal Breaker. I'm like, wait, it's only day 1. And when did they get that? I'm like, oh, that's why, because Jewel right there is level 6.
Jewel the Oath. Classic.
Jewel the Oath. Yep.
Not confusing at all.
Not one bit. Sometimes the players always like to mess with us. Like right now, even seeing this team, they've already lost Zeph Curry. Looking to see if there's going to be the pull onto the Wisp, but it was the clone that they had grabbed, not the one that they really want, so they got to be careful. They
Oh.
try to swap it away, but Zeph Curry doesn't have an escape plan. Improving, had swapped out of there, tries to go for the jump over the wall, but Abador is hunting this down and invisible improving. Can he stealth his way out of this one? Free fire from Abador, doing his best to find him, has located the Void and knocked him out.
Oh, main character's about to get wiped here too. So as opposed to last game where all 10 teams went past like 10 minutes, we have 2 early knockouts here. And I think like we're seeing teams like trying to like lean into that resurgence and maybe play it a little more on the edge than they normally would. And we've seen it like cost 2 teams their lives basically, where we saw Ninjas over Chase, and we see that one there. And off to just 8 teams left very early on here, as opposed to last game where everyone was kind
so
of
many
riding
squads,
that early wave.
And look at how everyone is pushing with the circle. It's taking them down towards Cold Fangs and to the catacombs. Only one team dropped there. Riftwalkers have
Yep.
had free time in the catacombs and in Cold Fang to get so much for themselves. I'm really curious to see exactly what they've gathered down there, because they could end up coming out a really strong team. It wasn't the gold armor that spawned there. So obviously, they're not going to have that, but they are still going to have a lot that they can get. Probably have tier 3s amongst all of them.
Yeah. Yep. And TBD, we were talking about it just before this game. They were kind of our third team, our third new team, who we haven't seen a ton from yet, but off to a pretty good start this game. You mentioned that level 6. They're riding the train now down to that better circle position and looking to hop off and make something happen. And there might run into these 2 teams making their way south here. We got Friend All Players and Train Party coming down. Looks like we got Destroy All Players almost all, they're all level 5 now, and that's exactly what Train Party's looking to do with this turn of the day. So Resurgence ends, night 1 has ended, so we're into day 2, so no more automatic reses, back to the beacons. But to your point last game, Magical, more beacons available because none got used with the Resurgence.
But it is a very awkward circle with it being so much towards the southwest angle. And it goes all the way down towards Cold Fangs. You kind of see where the respawn beacons are, and they're really spread apart with a lot of open land between everybody. As the circle will push them all towards this position, it's going to be curious to see how they then fight their way through that territory. Only 2 teams are in a good spot already in the circle. Everyone else will be meeting up right around the edge.
Yeah. And like, look at these powers already on TLD, these exotics. We already have Armor Shredder on Phenom. We have Abyssal Eye on Paz. Someone just dropped a 3rd one for someone else to grab. So yeah, Armor Shredder, Fate Rewinder on Phenom already. Dude, day 2, like 6 minutes in. So TLD looking scary this game. Already a pink amplifier, almost a pink Mind Blade. So Phenom looking to make some stuff happen on this myth. We'll have to see how he plays that.
I'm really curious to see how much damage comes out from the very first arrow, right?
It's
like,
gonna hurt.
Even if you have what you consider good armor, and you're on like tier 3, you're like, I'm fine, then all of a sudden just half health. You're like, wait, what?
Dude, she has a similar effect, similar to like a Shrike Shot or like a Jin charged LMB, where one charged myth arrow can do so much damage to armor with Armor Shredder or with Shrapnel Soul. Oh, nice grab by Scar.
Nice grab, and looking to see if they can make the play on a Kogai. Madhouse, our winners from last time, have to disengage. Wasn't looking so good. Scarf, though, doesn't want to make this too easy. Satataru is going to be the next one they take down. Dreammaker and Ham, the only survivors for Madhouse. And now, this is that position that is going to be difficult. It is night 2. Resurgence, as you said, is gone. You have to play around that information while TTG, Faye, butt heads once more.
All right, so TTG have their bunny back on Heelys, so they got their support locked in now. And we've seen the, Heelys and Zekken, all these guys at this point make some crazy endgame runs together to bring their team back and come out with a W. So excited to see what they're going to be able to do with Heelys back in the mix. And we got Friend All Players and Train Party facing up here over in the dunes. Friend All Players with high ground, so
interesting though. Look at their mythic exotics. I mean, on Train Party, you have Delicate Disguise on your Oath. On Galaxy Gay Boy having that one. No, there it is.
Oh, they just traded. Okay.
Good. I'm like, you give that.
They
over
heard
to
you.
Folk. You let the Kingpin make the Kingpin Delicate Disguise plays. That's what you have to do. Oh, they should be able to get their disguise back here really soon, but I'm watching that as you see all the way over here.
No dash, stunned out of the ult. Huge by Fable.
At all.
Wow.
Did not think that Faye had split up like that, so they lose their carry. Already now at a disadvantage.
Yeah, like really sneaky there by Fable to get that, but they do. And so well played. Travis going to get knocked out. But big fight here between TTG and Madhouse. Big Othel coming through from Kogai. And they're looking so split, Magical. I don't know. Heelys, though.
They are looking. They should be able to get it. No, actually, it is going to be interrupted as Zakken try to get into the back line to make sure they can get the refi for TTG. But they are now split up. Madhouse looking really strong in this game. Last time we were saying, hey, they just were able to get these good armors. They were able to get the souls. That's why they look so good at the end game. Now they don't have that same luxury they did last game, yet they're still going toe-to-toe with one of our top teams. Yeah,
really well played there by Madhouse. Another kind of W on the 4v4 team fight angle. And that's like, that's the stuff we love to see. Some arena practice, playing out there. But Friend All Players and TBD, this is one of our newer teams. We're looking to see if they can make something happen here. And if they, can make something happen against FAP, that's one of the best squads to do it against. So we'll see maybe a hook coming here from Faravis. But it looks like they are just going to kind of back off and wait out the positioning. We got some action with TLD, though.
Chasing down Train Party. Looking for the pulls. They got a lot of damage onto that Oath, who no longer has any armor, so he puts up a shield, but already has to put it down and get away from the Vortex Charm. Look at how much damage is being done. Phenon is ripping him apart, and you got to be careful because that's the engage on the other side. They do have the damage. They take it out fast. That is just going to be the support. You got to get onto the carries. Phenom kiting it back with Amador, helping keep him alive, but Phenom is gone. What a turnaround by Trav, but Faye now have to be careful because here come the damage from FAP as they were able to take down one.
Yeah, and Height just like runs up to that Wisp, executes it, and gets Rewinder Armor Shredder. Like that. It's like, what a dream Wisp execute there on Phenom.
Oh, but now Boat is getting chased down this entire time. Faye had found out this undisguised Kingpin, no longer having that delicate disguise to his name, but it did kind of lead Faye over to Fight All Players. Well, we go back into Cold Fangs and we see that is a lot of bounty that's been picked up.
Yeah. Rift
do they have
just
a
did
duplicator?
something right. I don't know if that's replicator in action or what, but
I think that's right. That's got to be replicator.
yeah,
right?
Parga's got a
that's
replicator.
100% replicator.
I'm
I'm
like,
looking
that
it
is
up,
a
like,
big
there's
loot
no
file.
way. Like, there's no way. They're just trying to. It's, you know, Christmas time. They're trying to spread the love.
True.
And let anyone who comes their way be like, here you go, here's some gold.
So off of that, TBD, who we were looking at the bottom right, ends up running into the last door. They are going to kind of lose that fight and get split, but they do have 2 left. So Rapcore looking to just buy some time, as well as his Kingpin buddy
They picked up one
Fairness.
of those golds.
Yeah.
Kind of saw the gold that was sitting there and like, hey, I can use that armor.
Yeah,
That's
one
gonna
of the
be really
free
nice.
replicated gold. GG.
More teams still meeting up. Driftwalkers kind of had the passive game this time around. They've been the team that's been hanging out for a long time, and they even have the Vive Soul if they want to keep themselves healthy. They're looking to push towards this fight. They see that members are now split up, but they also realize that they could have third-partied that situation, so they don't want to get themselves flanked now. They instead want to find whatever teams are currently fighting and get the upper hand that way.
Yeah, look at Rift. They have 5 glider gases, dude. They're going to be going so fast. Oh, huge engage
Speaking
there.
of that, they went real fast right there. Healy's picking up the whip, hoping for the revive. Does bring back up 1, but now how do you both get out of there? Lunar's getting a lot of damage, but hasn't been able to get the knock
Oh my
themselves.
God.
They're the ones over the abyss trying to dash away, but here come Rift Walkers walking right on top of you as final players. Now
Ryan
they're
just-
the ones to interrupt the
oh
party.
my
They got a
God.
lot of damage on to Rift Walkers. Ryan is doing so much with those arrows, but Madhouse are in the middle of everybody now. And you got to fight against fight all players who've got you surrounded, but so do the Rift Walkers as they're trying to get back to the rest of their team. But they're so low, nearly getting Neff taken out.
Oh my
Neff gonna be the first
God.
casualty for them. This
Dude,
Rift Walkers are out of there.
Damn.
While the train party and Faye have been staring down for a while with Fap now on
Oh.
the scene. Finding the knock onto Trav, as you gotta be careful, it was a swap away, but Nidhogg isn't there just yet. He's waiting for the singularity. Who do you want to land that onto? You want to go for the back line, but he's got way more damage. Nidhogg's taken blow. He's still alive. He doesn't fall just yet while Trav tries to reset, tries to get back to the team, but the Surge just ain't there for the train party.
Dude, that was such a crazy sequence. We just saw Rift, who had such a kind of huge power and armor advantage, have a really good fight, but they basically had to peel out of that fight when it was 1 into like 4 more teams. We saw Ryan just completely obliterate them with a myth ult as they're kind of running through everyone here, completely distracted. Bunch of action on the south side still. Holy.
Now we're seeing that it's now the last door inside of Cold Fangs. They're hoping to get out of here. There's an Abyssal behind them that they could have looked for Bubba's Brains to take off, but instead they'd rather duke it out with Train Party. Find the knocks is really difficult. They don't actually want to go over that large spread of Abyss that is right in front of them.
Yeah, and it's just constant action everywhere on the map. So it looks like Madhouse actually gonna be able to scoop a lot of the spoils from Rift along with Fable. They kind of split it, so now everyone has glider gas that wants it because Rift just dropped 5 glider gases off of their replicate there.
That's hilarious. that is funny. They're just getting so much of like all the good things that we
And,
have everyone. And we'll have to. Apparently, there's a new hotfix that after this game, everyone's gonna have to.
Oh shit.
download.
Oh,
Yeah, that just got. Relic just said that just got dropped right now. So
Oh, wow.
That'll be interesting.
cool.
But it gives us time to talk about this game because right now, TBD, they've got themselves a crown.
Yeah, and like this is one of our squads. Like I'm kind of rooting for them here. I want to see them pull this off, but are these other teams going to let them go through with that crown? We have 2 of our top teams right here, like facing off against each other. And these teams like are very intelligent in how they like to play these. They don't like rogue crowns existing because they know. Some bush action.
Spike? No, doesn't land it on the Kev.
They didn't
that
know.
That was really close. Of course they knew. They knew he was there because they see where the crown was.
They
It wasn't
didn't
moving
though,
that much.
because he just hooked him out of the bush. They legit didn't.
I don't know. How do you not know? He wasn't moving for quite some time. I feel like speaking of having to know, you have to know that this is going to be quite the fray up on the top part of this circle. There's already been 1 knock while TTG have been split apart.
my
and they are
God.
struggling to get back here. Jet is carrying the casualty at TTG. They don't have anywhere to go. It's only a
Dude,
that little
what?
island. That ain't yours, Zach. And you're going to be the one taken down. And now with Train Party on top of the Wisp, they could look to eliminate another team. Kogai barely was able to escape while here's the last door right on their heels. They are going to finally eliminate TTG with that one as Faye now control the base. Well, fight all players make sure they help out the last door with eliminating the Madhouse. 5 teams remain. Keep that in mind. There's still a team with the crown way down south. TBD have not been eliminated just yet.
Yeah, TBD looking for maybe their opportunity right here as they come back up. We just have chaos, just carnage. Fable just constantly chunking train party up here with huge lasers coming out from Wicca, so eventually forcing them off this island. Gaydad, last one left. Can he do some glider gas? This stuff get away. No, height ends it.
Not enough health, not enough territory.
So down to
get out of
4.
there. And just like that, with all that chaos, we look at TBD. They're on the flank still. They could actually be you were talking about an underdog here, but they could be the wild card in this one to somehow take the victory.
Yeah, I'm looking for them to maybe, play it a little slow, wait for TLD and FAP to fight, and then maybe capitalize off of that. But no, they're kind of like looking here, but they actually do have, wait.
Uh-oh.
That looks like, that's a disconnect, yeah. So, dang. So TBD, unfortunate in their top 4 placement, they lose a player to disconnect. So they might just look to play time here.
Rapcore tries to get away, is a big distraction for the team, and might actually make it so the other members of TBD can get into the circle, but I don't think so. There are no bushes for you to hide in as a lone Kingpin. There is gold armor you can take, same with the crown. But that territory up there, that's FaZe. They control that. They push you away to try to dash back to the island where another crown remains, and another pushback. Trickle Jordan, no way. Okay, TBD do get eliminated.
Nice.
I thought maybe for a second it was gonna be turned around.
Yeah, nice try there by Fervis. Like that's like such unfortunate timing because he's just getting constantly pushed off by the myth. Well played by Pine there, but he goes for that hook, but it's on his way down, so the animation ends as he's hitting the abyss floor. So they do get taken out. Not really much they could do there in down a member disconnecting. So well played by TBD. Hopefully we'll see him back in the next couple of games in the top 4 here.
Right now, you have all 4 wearing gold. Royalty for TLD. It's hard for Fido players to fight this, especially with Faye right on their heels, looking to usurp that title away from them and the territory. A nice Abyssal Breaker onto Zakawi, but they just don't have the damage to do anything because they are now split up. Height only is going to be able to confirm 1. That is the only remaining member here for Fight All players, who now has to dash back to the crown himself. Allow these 2 teams to try to fight it out, or maybe look for a spike. You got 2 minutes that you have to survive for. Rewinder will help you out a lot, but you're taking a bit of damage and you don't really have many areas to go to.
Yeah, and these 2 are good buddies. So Pine's just emoting, poking at him, looking to maybe end him here. Height, though, absolute monster, has been just grinding so much. Like probably the highest ranked player in squads and duos combined. Looking for it here.
Tries, but pushed back, nearly rewinds it back for himself, but the jump pad is not helping him out. And there goes. Fight All players are 2 squads that now remain. The Last Door and Faye.
Yeah, and the Last Door is happy to just let that go through. They're like, yeah, like that's fine. Let's just get, destroy all players out of here so we have a 1v1 against Fable. So, this is like again 2 of our top teams though, so it should be a really spicy fight here. And Fable with Pine subbing in there for Afro. Pretty scary comp here, but I would say circle position to TLD. Like FaZe in a pretty weird spot here.
Oh, I was about to say not much until this circle.
Yeah,
this circle now makes it so that this is ugly.
And this is like you
nasty.
hear competitive players talk about the RNG of BRs and how that can be counter to competitiveness sometimes. And this is one of those things where they would use that as an example of like, in that scenario, the circle could go anywhere, but the circle gives TLD advantage simply by RNG, right? So now the game's going to be much harder to win for Fable because they're going to have to push this position that's sort of like TLD already has locked down. And we look at this final circle, it's literally, they're directly in the middle of it. And Fable has to have some miracle jump pad, some teleport, something crazy to be able to get in here.
You have myth, so you can go through the wall and at least get into the circle.
Yeah, but you can't like see how Phenom's keeping his reign. You can't phase walk that. You can't phase walk Storm. So
it's so difficult. It is so difficult. They actually are just going to jump over and then initiate. Last Door weren't expecting that one right through the front door. So much damage, but no knocks. Wicca has barely any health to her name. Well, we saw the respawn beacon was thrown down by Zakawi. He could get the miracle res. Paz might be able to defend it. The Vortex Charm barely misses. Zakawi has a little bit of time. Not enough. Oh,
what a pin.
denied the respawn.
Oh
Fun
my
as the
god.
last door will claim the game.
Yeah, that was just a rough spot for Fabled. As soon as that we saw that final circle shift, they just knew they were in a rough spot. Like really valiant effort, just like we were thinking they might do jump pad, ship it over the top. Sometimes that's your only play. And like was looking pretty good, but a couple knockbacks into the storm and a couple, things going sideways there make it so it's going to be really hard to end TLD. Zakui almost pulls out that miracle res, but they, Lemur and Phenom get over the top. Phenom pins, and it's GG after that. So well played by all teams there. Unfortunate for TBD having that disconnect. So yeah, we can see Jewel the Oath is no longer in the lobby.
So we gotta, everyone's gotta restart the game though, unfortunately.
Oh, so I'm
there is
dipping?
the
Okay,
update.
okay.
Yeah, everyone's got to, which is perfect time because my wife just said that dinner is ready. So I'm gonna go eat that. If the game starts, just keep going without me, but I will hop back in once I'm done.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Oh, it's not letting me get in. We are restarting for the update. Game already running. No, it's not. I closed it. Here we go. Downloading. Hopefully it's a quick one here. That was 3 games, so we're halfway. Yeah, so I think we have 3 more to go. They might be doing 5 game blocks for these like pickup scrims. Because these are like unscheduled scrims, I think. They had that like scheduled scrims they were doing, but these are almost like pickup scrims they were like doing in a different channel, so. Okay, yeah, 50% already. Yeah, so we should be quickly back in here. I wonder if Dylan... Yeah, Dylan's probably going to remake the lobby here. I was going to see if Height... I think I'm friends with Height. Height has the most impressive looking thing because it's literally 2 legends on squads and duos. It's legend. He's like... Boy, he's a grinder. Look at Height's number 5 at 13,000 RP on the duos board. And then he's... he's number 2. What? I like scroll. And then he's number 2 on squads. So what the actual hell? That's wild. What a monster. Yeah, here he is. Look at that. Look at that profile. Doesn't that look so nice? Got 2 legend icons. Gangster. Reassembling. If anyone's, I haven't had my stream chat or anything open this whole time because I don't normally stream. So anyone that's been hanging out or saying anything, I appreciate you. Dylan, VCat, thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate you. I'm actually going to go refill my water. I will be right back.
Select your hunter.
Just in time. I'm back. Magical still away? Hello?
You
Sounds
are
like
the
it.
drop leader.
Wait, I'm Jin this game. How'd that happen? All right. All right, diving into game 4 of Wednesday night scrims. Couple really good games so far, and like a really strong performance from some of these new teams. I'm really excited to see new teams getting out in scrims and then performing well their very first time is like really cool to see. So we've got a couple cool showings from Ninja, a couple cool showings from Madhouse, and then that game we did have TBD in our top 4, but they had a disconnect. So hopefully they can repeat that, put themselves in a position to have another good game here. Looks like our first team out coming in hot. They're probably gonna, there's a really cool spot to land here where this is the only camp in this biome. So if you clear this camp really quickly, you'll get an instant biome boss spawn, like right here. See how you get the pink rune? And so TBD gonna have a good drop right here south of Kobayashi's. Get this early boss into the cube. So let's make sure we don't have any violence happening elsewhere. Looks like there's about to be, as a bunch of teams down here in Ion Acres. We got battle between Rift and Ninja. Big hook coming through from Scar, but hooks the whisk back by Diego. And Rift looking to maybe push that, but they're going to get the creep XP. Level 4 now for Rift. Big level advantage. They are going to look to push off of this for sure. Oh, or they're not, because TBD is above them at level 3. So actually Rift is going to have to peel right, while Ninja is going to have their own opportunity to get a biome boss. They're going to get 4, get that glider gas and fire. So actually in a good position from them, kind of saved a bit by TBD coming on the north there. Otherwise Rift certainly would have pushed that. We got a bunch going down in stacks over here. Madhouse versus main characters. MH versus MC. Improving, trying to make it happen on the myth. Like we mentioned earlier, haven't seen much of improving on other characters besides the Jewel, but he has been putting in work today on the myth. Aiden looking to get that finish on the brawl. Can't quite lock it in on Ham, so he's going to get punished for it as he pushes across that gap. But remember, Resurgence, so just 20 seconds, and he's going to be right back in it. They get their own pick back, so timer started for Madhouse as well. Ham on the backside, looking to maybe heal off of these creeps, but he's very split off for his team. Main characters knows that, and they're going to push him south. They got 5 seconds left on their res, but Madhouse knows this. They're looking to push in before that. Ham in from the back. Big stun on Zeph Curry. But Zeph's just going to peel. Who is Zeph Curry? Dude, these basketball player character names are too good. So Kareem taking a bunch of damage as they push in there. Zeph Curry looking to maybe make something happen, but can't. Main character's really low. Honestly, Madhouse playing this really well. Looking to opportune here off of that pick. And Ham just going ballistic on this brawl, trying to, you know, keep the pressure up on main characters. Doing it very successfully, though. So it looks like they will probably get improving here, but someone is going to peel this out. Rift just had a monster fight. I'm missing all of it. So Rift, monster fight looks like against Ninjas. They are going to get a full squad wipe. So Ninja's first team out here, not able to get away and capitalize on that resurgence and get their reses through. And so Rift locks in the first squad elimination of the match. Back to our crazy fight between Ham and main characters. They finally run down improving, but our timer has been ticking down here on Aiden, and so he's going to successfully bring back 2 out of the 3 already, and we're watching this resurgence play out like a really interesting, you know, really interesting ways here. brand new mechanic just got added in the patch this morning. So these teams like also brand new to playing with it, really trying to just feel it out and get an idea of like how much further can we push that early, you know, combat without fully wiping, knowing that we have these like guaranteed reses. And that's, you know, basically what we see almost every team doing now. And Madhouse going to run right into Train Party as they look to get out of the storm here. Train Party not going to want to let that happen. And they do have the angle on them. It's looking pretty good for Train Party. They got Ham kind of caught out, so they are going to get that pick. Galaxy Game Boy looking to like push in. They're continuing to put out a pressure, but Myth is just chunking over here. Dreammaker putting a lot of damage out. I believe that is who Relic called out as a top 50 player. I have not seen them personally, but keep an eye out for Dreammaker. Make it happen. Galaxy Game Boy is going to be able to finish off Sataturo up there. And so not everyone from Madhouse has been down. We still have Kogai alive here with the resurgence, and the Train Party's close. So I wonder if Trav's going to see this. He does. That's an interesting thing. You can see the res coming in like from the skybox.
Dick, you gotta share the screen.
What?
You haven't shared the screen.
Oh, in Discord? Oh, I wonder why
Yeah.
that. Oh, is it because I closed the game? I didn't know it got turned off.
Yeah, probably because you closed the game.
Enemy
Also,
Oracle
OC came in with the
online.
OC raid. Woo! Thanks,
Enemy
OC. Thanks,
Oracle
Twins.
is scanning.
There we go.
There we
All
go.
right, we're back. Who got eliminated? That's the first question I got.
Ninjas by Rift took out Ninjas early over on the left here.
Poor ninjas. Poor ninjas.
Enemy Oracle
Yeah, it was
Second time we've seen.
in the middle of a bunch of action, so I didn't actually catch the fight. I went over at the end as all the knocks were happening, so I'm not sure exactly what ended up happening to him. But another face-up between our classic squads here.
Feels like this is the classic duet, right? It's fight all players up against, or friend all players, whatever you want to call them, up against Glassdoor as Nidhogg nearly gets sniped down. The second win will take him
Oh.
down. Kenneth could not find the angle, realized that is not a fight they want to be a part of, and is just going to bail so the team can hopefully get a respawn. But it is day 2, so no longer is the resurgence there.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of experience different there on the myths between Phenom and Ryan. Phenom having a lot of experience and Ryan still very new to it on the right there, but that was just a small part of the fight. And if we look, we still have Rift got split. I'm not sure what happened to him, but only 2 left, and Scarb's going to be way down here looking to peel and get that res, but we also have TBD kind of sneakily just over here, so I wonder if
They have
Scarb...
a 2-way teleporter too, so
True.
they
Enemy
can
Oracle
get
online.
all over the place if they want. We'll see what they end up doing. But right now we go back to the last door. They found another team. Another one of those teams that we constantly see them scrap with. The main characters. The main characters are in a bad spot as they try to disengage right over to Train Party. So unfortunately
Yeah.
for them, they're already going to lose out on one, trying to escape at 8, and just does not have anywhere he can go in the midst of 4 members. While the last door are looking for Zeph Curry and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But it is going to be them turning and looking for the fight on the members that are outside of the circle. Then on to Train Party. We're on the tracks. This should be where Train Party feel most confident. But they are the ones that are running out of the battle. Eye of the Storm has been popped to disengage.
Yeah, and main characters have kind of been on the run since the beginning of the game. They had a really heated battle with actually Madhouse in stacks. Madhouse end up kind of coming out on top and pushing them out of stacks. And they were basically peeling that whole time till we just saw them there. So main characters still on the run this game. Big action between TLD and Train Party here, just continuing, like, since the tracks, Magical, they've been just running these guys down.
They have not relented at all. They feel a lot
Ow!
more confident. They're playing through the circle, but TTG coming out of nowhere, and they're looking to see if they can snipe some of these kills away from the last door. They will confirm a couple of them up into the wisp, but now Train Party, they've been able to get away, but we're about to have 3 of our top 3 teams all grouped up together, looking for the fight. Phenom disengaging, getting back with the rest of the team, but it is going to be fight all players who instead look for Miragent. They want to get rid of one of their members that are split away from TTG.
Yeah, something Miragent does that I love on Kingpin, that most Kingpins like wait to set up their ult. Miragent will just fly in and let his ult rip at like the most opportune times, where he's just like soaring through the air, and you'll just see like giant Kingpin damage coming through off of like no CC, just like free firing it. And I love, like, you know, plays like that where players are confident enough in their mechanics to just not have to combo stuff, you know, just like let the ult rip when they think it's gonna be impactful. And so almost big damn there, like coming out from Mirajit, not quite getting all of it through though. As he patted in and tried to like ult off the pad, it looked like.
Still, these three teams staring at each other down. The last door. You gotta be careful of those little worms that are chasing them down while the main characters have been pushing towards them, looking for an angle anywhere. These 4 teams still hovering around one another. We have 9 teams still there. Only Ninjas has been our 1 team eliminated. But now that we're getting towards the end of day 3 and into night 3, I'm expecting to see a lot of these skirmishes fully committed towards.
Yeah, and TLD just been on the hunt this game. They're kind of riding their momentum. They're feeling their power, feeling themselves, and they are kind of on a tear here. They've been in nonstop fighting for basically this entire game since we've been spectating them. Right as I say that, for the very first time, they're kind of peeling south to maybe look at an objective. I don't know if they're maybe wondering if anyone got this. What are they doing down here? Some snow stuff?
Tourists, yeah. A little tourists. We got Bebo already there.
Madhouse, though, on to TDG up here.
TDG find a good angle, and they already get the knock on his Rainmaker. The rest of Madhouse now kiting backwards. Their armor situation is a tragedy right now, as DBD could intervene, look for the pull, but the Abyssal Breaker breaking up the fight for now, but TTG are hot on the heels of Madhouse, as they've got the last 2 members split away. Ham having to go the long way around in the storm, while the rest of the fight will be committed. TTG now look at their backs and realize that main characters and DBD are there. That's gonna be the first knock on a duel with the Fools, trying to see if they can bring back in. But now we got quite the party as fight all players ready to fight everybody. But up into the air, Scream Abdul Jabbar, Sanjay's Glider tries to get away, but instead we have everybody intervening. Marigin does not get the knock, and they are out of there. TTG down to only 1 member remaining. Oh no, but they were able to get the respawns off the Wisps. And now they can re-engage, looking for the split up members of fight of players who have a 2-way teleporter they can take.
Yeah, I saw other knocks like happening on the map elsewhere, but there's just so much going on that I feel like I have to keep it here right now because we still have this like 3-way showdown happening. It looks like Rift is on the run from TLD over here. So Neff trying to just... Yeah, in a really rough spot. Yeah.
But he is split away from the team. The whole team's actually still up, I believe. It's only going to be the 1 member now for Rift. You can see on the mini-map that they just all trying to get back towards this desert. That they kind of somehow got split up from one another. And speaking of split up from one another, Wicca momentarily was in the armory trying to repair her armor and almost could have gotten caught out there by Fight All players.
Yeah, and Fable actually, nice soul advantage here. They got damage soul and air soul. So with the way this final circle is playing out, if it shifts a little left and plays out over these gaps, look to Fable to try to use the advantage of that glider soul. And it looks like Madhouse just kind of gets pushed into the storm down here, and they're gonna lock a couple of them in. Dreammaker spamming the clown. They're not gonna. Zachary's just gonna shut him up with the stop there. Coming back up top though.
Yeah, we see that there's more fights as TBD and TTG stare down the high ground for Team Tammy Garfield. If you look just south though, Riftwalkers, Arya has worn the crown, was fighting up against the Train Party and the Last Door, who were all chasing. Same with main characters. We got a lot of teams all grouped here on the northern part of the circle, and it is going to be Galaxy Gameboy, the first casualty in that one for Train Party, unable to fully group up together as they have been chased down by the Last Door, right hot on their heels that entire time.
Yeah, Lemur looking to not let him res. Trav does get it though. Flicks back with the jeweled shift, so they're out of there. Everyone kind of posturing at this point. We still have a Rift on the run. Parya going to be the last one that left, trying to make some magic happen with the most wanted. Parya exceptionally good at playing over Abyss with a Jhin, so I expect to see him kite back to... Oh, he's out of there with the clone. Nice. So shifty.
It's all because Faye showed up. Now, the Last Door, the moment they saw that team was there, they're like, we no longer want to chase for this 1 member. Let the crown go. Instead, we have to be careful of Faye flanking us. And now with... Are those 3 teams that have crowns right now?
They have what?
There 3 teams, it looks like, at least on the minimap. It could be a visual bug. It says that there's 3 crowns that are active right now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see 3.
But I don't think so. I think it's just a visual bug. Now that I look at it, I'm like, no.
Oh, they do get stuck. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, they sometimes get stuck. So I think it's just the one. Gotcha, those ones aren't moving while the one on Parya is.
Yeah, good
so
call.
That's the one we got to be most concerned about, because look at Parya by themselves and being flanked. Almost had the Train Party right behind them, but Fight All players, Friend All players are also there. And they want to be friendly with Varia, but not in the way that Varia wants, because Varia only has 20 seconds left to survive.
Yeah, he's got Snowball Sandwall and a Dream looking to make it happen over the Abyss here.
It's looking like a nightmare right now as he got caught. Rift Walkers now are out of there. Another team eliminated. As a huge fight that's been brewing up towards the northern quadrant almost comes to a head. We almost had the teams ready to scrap it out, but only the main character is going to be the ones that suffer. Zeph Curry has been taken out while Faye still hanging out down here, waiting it out as now TTG, TBD, they have scrapped. There's a respawn beacon that will bring Phenom back onto his feet, and they can go north while Faye look for the pick onto TLD, but not finding anybody. Instead, Aiden now is going to be the one that we have to watch.
Where did he just, did he anywhere but here? Yeah.
Oh, ooh, Aiden, that's not a spot you wanted to be. Right towards Faye and Vital Players was almost fancy with that tornado
stunned
up
out
in
of
the
the
air.
army.
Dash away, 50 seconds, but he spiked, brought down to reality as main characters are out of there. Another squad wipe.
Yeah, he got just stunned out of the R&B. He might have gotten away with that R&B trajectory, but stunned out of it. So huge fight here between TLD and Train Party, though.
Faye as well are going to join as members have fallen on Train Party and TLD. Trying to get the respawns off, but it looks like Boat's going to be the only casualty that is confirmed as Phenom has gotten back onto his feet with the help of his teammates. But now Galaxy and Game Boy staring down, push back into the storm, but he's dragging out members who are taking a lot of damage. He tried to spin dash his way while Kenneth was able to get the pick onto Gay Dad. Somehow Galaxy A-Boy is still in this fight and wants to survive, but unfortunately, so difficult when you have to worry about two teams, and that pull did not connect. Was able to disengage. TLD high ground on their side as Faye are going to hop away and not want to fight that one anymore.
Yeah, I think Trav's last one here for Train Party. And can't even get up in the ult there. So Train Party out at 7th. Still 6 squads left, Magical. 16 minutes in. About to be real spicy here. And we got a lot of golds on the map. Look, full golds for TTG. Full golds for TLD. We got a gold on Faye. So we got like at least 9 golds on the map. So some replicating happening.
Right
10
here.
for Ham. So
Ham is the only one remaining for Madhouse.
that's not an obvious bush, Magical. That's
Ferris
naturally
is,
occurring.
I think that's
Yeah.
how you say their name.
Us.
Also the last one that. How do you say that one? Ferris?
I'm not sure. Faravis? Yeah, something like that.
That sounds right. I just want to make sure I got that right, at least the best I can. As we go over here, Faye nearly got wiped too. We didn't even get to see that one. We were focused on names, but it is going to be fight all players fighting up against the last door, and the last remaining member of Faye, Zachary, was able to snipe down Phenom. Actually, Dunmure is also alive, so they can now peel back. I don't know where their boxes are, and if they can look for any box presses, because last door holds control. A crown is right by them. Same with a respawn beacon as DBD. Hoping that they can stay alive on the back of Favorus, but unfortunately just not really a good spot to get back in, and they've been spotted out, and there it is. Madhouse are gone. Our other team that only got 1 member remaining is getting pinched from all sides. Another one will be knocked out as we look over to Faye with only 2. They are on the respawn beacon. They hold on to the crown. Should be able to get the respawn off, but now these are the teams we really got to watch. Vital Players, TTG, and The Last Door. We've talked about these being our top 3 teams that we've been consistently watching so many times, and they are nearly going to be our ones. It could always be our 4th team that we talk about in Faye that interrupts that party and tries to find something else.
So Nidhogg trying to swap the Wisp. He does. Look at this Wisp res. Huge play there by Nidhogg, just using his map knowledge and mechanics. Oh my god, second.
Blast off. Whoa! That was a lot of damage immediately onto Kenneth and King Nidhogg, and only 1 remains. We have to be careful if you are Vital Players, because now it's on the back of Height. Everyone else should be eliminated, killed off. TTG, The Last Door, now stare down one another, not realizing that Height's been on this respawn beacon. And look at the other side. Faye were able to get the respawn off themselves, so they're now flanking TLD. TTG are going to be the ones chasing down and denying Vital Players their way to respawn, while TLD deal with Faye.
Yeah, monster opportune there by Zekin to really just punish. You know, not much that Friendly players could do about it, but really just punish their positioning here. Really nice res by Nidhogg, playing the wall. Top of the wall, gets that res, but right as they come down, Zekin just launches in with that ult. Does get it to come through, but Height's still in it. I didn't even see Height up here. So Friendly player is not completely out. Height looking to make something happen. Has the turbo booster boot, so every time he glides, going to get that little glider gas boost. Can he make it over? Wow. So Friendly players really showing their map knowledge here. and
Wow.
you know, kind of the mechanics of the skybox and terrain.
Got stuck there perfectly to heal up, but they do know he's there, so that was the pull. Heals back up a little bit, but Zakui not making that one easy. Tries to follow up with a dash of the way, a nice chain. And now the last door, they could have looked for the hunt. As a battle boar has been put down by Height. Blast off into the air, tries to get away, but TLD were hot on his heels. He's got so little health remaining.
Go, Height,
Now
go.
TTG turn Height. No, finally falls. Fourth place for Fight All Players.
In
Well, we have
TNT.
4v4 here. The last door, TTG and
Ooh,
Faye.
big grab, Zachary.
Started off with a grab onto the back line, take out Lunaris initially, and they're looking for a little bit more. There's a respawn beacon for both teams, and Zach actually might be able to get that off. He might be inside of the storm a little bit longer than he'd like to be.
Oh.
But even with that knock on the Heelys, they don't have the time to get it. Now it's only the 2 for TTG, and the
Second.
hover wings away. Second, trying to pull off the
Second.
prismaticism plays up in the air, while Miragen's been left out on an island all alone, watching as Faye and TLD stare one another down and look to see which team will have the better angle.
Yeah, Faye, remember, they were down to 2. They played this really well, back in it with 4 with all their souls. Dunmere finds Miragen, pushes him into the storm. They lock that in, so now TLD looking to opportune off of that.
Yeah, they want to
Ooh.
punish the play, make sure they push them back into the storm. And TLD playing with the terrain beautifully, but only one survives. Blast off for a second. You've got 2 minutes to win, and you got to hope that they don't hit you, but they do. And another win for TLD.
Yeah, nice try there by everyone at the end. TLD sees the advantage, goes for it, and just absolutely mows into everyone. And like that was like, you know, really well played from Fable to, we saw them, they were down to 2. Remember earlier, they retreated up to the left and they were back in it kind of in the last showdown there with 4, with their souls still. So like putting themselves in a position to win, but not able to, you know, quite finish it out there. You know, a bit in part to Team Tammy Garfield, Miragent, and Zekken still kind of lurking. We saw Zekken doing crazy rocket jumper wing stuff just in the skybox, you know, a bunch of times. But another really like good one there. We saw that, or like the early part of that game play out a little slower, and then you know at the end there was just like for the last like 10 minutes. Like 7 minutes, there was just so much action across the desert. We were like hopping all around constantly. But I love like that fight that was happening in the got a new friend.
Choose wisely.
Hey. But also, OC, thank you so much for the raid, and hello, twins. They raided while I was eating, and I was waiting for you to screen share, so it was just on my Discord
Just a
the whole
black
time.
screen rip. Sorry, boys.
But it wasn't even. It was a duck. It was a duck that was. So it actually they had something to look at, but not quite enough. But when I got back, it was okay. You know, we're doing this for practice anyways.
Yeah.
For
I
us
didn't
to
even
try to get better at it.
think of the fact that when I closed the game to update that it would automatically close the Discord share. I don't know. Maybe because it was tied to the application or something. I didn't realize that would happen.
Yeah, probably. That's okay. Hey, we got it fixed. That's all good by me. We're getting it ready for. I think this is our final game.
This is 5, so I'm not sure
it's
how.
5. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we just did 5, right?
I think that was 4, if I'm not miscounting. I think this should be 5, and I think there are 5 in a block, unless I have that wrong
I thought it
too.
was 6 in a block.
Could be 6 in a block.
Yeah, I can't remember. Someone could correct us in chat on what it is. I can't
We'll find out
remember
after this one.
either. Hey, if we get an extra game, I'm down.
Yeah,
You know.
100%.
If we have another game, that'd be nice. But if not, it's all good too. I gotta start playing again. I haven't been able to really play because I've been just working pretty much all week.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was Christmas shopping, so all the money I had that I would like to use for other things no longer exists.
Feel that. It's B-Beal. Welcome. All right, so we're diving in. Game 5, Wednesday night scrims. We got how many victories is TLD at, Magical? I think it's 3 now. 2 or
I missed that first one.
2 or
The first
no,
one?
yeah, it was TTG in the first one. So yeah, I think they're only at 2 actually.
Yeah, because I think it was TTG, and then
Madhouse has 1, right?
Madhouse,
And then 2 for TLD. Yeah.
2 for TLD. Yeah, I think so. I think you are right. I think this is game 5.
Yeah. That adds up. Oh,
That
action
adds
down
up.
here. Early action between Fabled and Friend All Players. Bloodbath at level 1.
This is definitely a scrim game when you're dropped in the same spot and you're trying to fight this early. Didhog looking for a little bit extra damage onto anybody he can find. Same with Rhymes. They are
Oh, that's
losing
big
out
nade.
on the experience, though. It was going to go over the other way, and now you got 20 seconds left that you have to hold on. Rhyme is the target. They're peeling back for that one, but it was the shorter range that we're looking to chase down this myth. Vortex Charm to lock down. You've got
Oh,
10 seconds
huge
remaining.
swap.
What a wonderful swap, but is it enough to keep Ryan alive?
Oh.
Nidhogg turning this around. Trickle Jordan, what sidesteps there from Pine, and then the re-engage from Dunmuir
Rez.
to chase away Nidhogg. But guess
Kenneth
who's back?
back.
They're looking for the fight.
Oh.
They've got Kenneth here, and they're going to be able to take
Oh.
down Dunmuir, and then going to get Trickle Jordan. Wicca, you don't want this fight anymore. Try to go for the Vortex Charm. Nidhogg by himself. Reinforcements quick on the way.
No
As Hyde
way,
now
bro.
On top of him, chasing him, looking for the Jet's dreams, but does not want to get spiked there, so decides to fall back. Wicca will make it out alive, but
Height's going for it, dude.
5 seconds remaining until there's going to be the respawn on that side. Level 4
Oh.
for Brawl, but what a Vortex Charm to deny.
Oh.
And still another one with a spike from the snowball. Wicca's out of there.
Wicca's gonna get a res here in 3. Height's still trying to not let it happen, trying to snipe this XP, take everything they can from Wicca. So their teammate back in, 2 teammates back in, everyone's back in.
3. Oh, hi! You're
Oh.
by yourself now. How do you get out of this one? You do have the level lead.
He's
The
back in,
Kings
bro.
Connect.
Oh.
Hyde's in it. He's looking
Oh.
for the picks. 1v4. Hyde, a madman. He's going crazy as Pine, the only one left. He's getting chased down. And by his lonesome, Hyde
Hyde, bro,
dominates
in
Faye.
the 1v4 chase down, locks it in. Holy crap, bro. Oh, I just stopped spectating because I was... That was an insane play by Height there. Just does not relent on the chase. And basically 4 level 2s versus a level 4 brawl. and on Height, I was just talking about him in the break there. I was showing his little profile. He's the only player with 2 legends. He has a squads legend and he has a duos legend. He's like number 5 in duos and number 2 in squads somehow.
That's wild.
Just like think of the amount of game time, bro, just to like, it's just insane. And then the skill on top of that. So yeah, huge pumper in Height making that crazy play. Madhouse, speaking of plays, nice fight up here themselves. So they're gonna lock that in. 2 golds, get the Deathbox res to come through even with Resurgence in play. And coming back down to friend all players off of their riding their Height victory. See if they can run it up into these teams here.
Height is now level 6 after all of that. This is a very scary brawl that you're
Yeah.
now looking down. Even Trained Party, they see that and go, oh, wait a minute. No, thank you. I don't want any part of that. But Height is like, I want the fights at all times. Hunting down these members, looking for a little bit of chip damage onto any of them, allowing the rest of Fight All players to try to regroup with the team as they are chasing down the back line. Brawl is on top of them yet again, but pushed back by the Hammer Slam. Not going to chase down as easily this time around, especially once they realized they were split up and they didn't know everyone of Trained Party's situation and where they were.
Yeah, and after like that happens, something like that happens, you're just like riding that adrenaline momentum. Like Height's just gonna be looking to engage for like the rest of the game now, just on that dialed brawl, adrenaline pumping up the spine, just constantly looking for those entries and like to delete people. We saw a fight go down here between TBD and TTG. TBD looking like they got the advantage with the pick. So 8 seconds before Tammy Garfield's gonna get their res through, they're just playing it patiently. They want this still. They want their res to come through and they want to refight here. Gonna come through right now. So back into the 4v4.
Kingpin staring each other down, looking for that back
Oh,
line.
big slam
Gonna be the
by
slam
Finners.
onto the other Kingpin, but now that Lunaris was able to find an angle, they all have to regroup, peel back. They want to defend that myth. Can't allow Lunaris to get a lot of damage, especially when you have to deal with how much you can do yourself. Great engage attempted, but Lunaris still untouched.
Lunaris.
Taking down Jewel, looking for more. Wants to get onto this back line, but Rapcore was doing a lot more, and now they've got the spike onto
Oh
Kingpin.
my God.
3v3, looking for the revive, but now that Lunaris is gone, they no longer have the threat on the back line, and it was a swap that keep up and trying to make sure they can get these picks with Healy's over the abyss. Only Zekken will survive, getting far out of the game.
Dude, what a close fight, but well played by TBD. Like, we're seeing these new squads, like, really put up a battle against these more experienced teams, like, even in just the clean kind of 4v4s, you know? And speaking of that, Madhouse going right in on main characters. Huge damage out on Aiden. Zeph Curry in a rough spot, but they're actually going to kind of peel and not be able to finish as main characters retreats north and heals up a bit here. I wonder if Madhouse was concerned about a team coming from their south, because it looked like they maybe could have pushed that.
I think so. I think they were worried with a team coming from the south and the fact that it just ticked over to day 2. No resurgence anymore.
Yep, good
They
call
could
on
get
that.
heavily punished from that one.
Right.
I think that's the call to disengage and see if there is that team that is going to show up behind them before committing to anything.
Yep, good call out there. So Ninjas versus Rift over here. Ninjas broken armor kind of cornered in as the storm's coming. Not huge storm damage early, so not a crazy deal if they eat some of this, but they are going to look to go the long way, and Rift is going to play position. This is a really weird corridor. They're going to get trapped here if they don't know.
No.
They got to either shift it with the Void or go south. They are going to
They're probably going to shift it
out.
with the
Yeah,
Void.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I was looking at that, or I was looking to see if they maybe had any jump pads in their inventory that could get them out too. Now we find that Fight All players looking for another fight. Height still waiting it out. See how low they got Neff, but he's over this shop, can heal up a little bit with the second win and that tornado to gain some distance. But on the other side, Madhouse slowly have been pushing up, and they are ready to stop that flank that could have come in from the Rift Walker. So instead, Fight All players decide to disengage themselves, preferring to have a better angle, knowing there's a third squad nearby.
Yeah, and it went from Rift kind of playing zone control to the zone control getting like reversed on them, as Madhouse has like the inner circle position here, and then Fight All players pushing in from the south here. So we did see TBD get another knock over here.
Ninja, they're
Oh,
fighting
versus
against the two newer
Ninjas.
squads. Or two newer squads, but they got to be cautious because there is that revive. Dawn will be back up 4v3. TBD starting to feel back. It's going to be really hard for them to get out of that one as we go back towards this fight that had been brewing for a while. Fight All players have been chasing down the Rift Hunters, who now find themselves ready to fight, looking for the second win, but it's going to be the push back, getting a little bit of damage, and Height doing a lot to Giant Chipperal, who has to try to disengage, but the chains are already connected. Height was able to get the knock onto him, and then they turn it on to Scarb. 2 will survive for the Rift Walkers. It feels like Parya every time has to be the last one to survive. Nip on the base, but they don't go for that. Instead, they're looking for Parya, knowing how slippery this Jhin has been. So many game Rift Walkers have been able to get back off the back of this man.
Yeah, and it is a Jhin that knows what they're doing is a very hard hunter to catch. Maybe the only hunter they could is a Brawl, but you know they're not gonna. That's gonna still waste a lot of time and maybe bait you into an unfortunate position. So rather than chase that, they're just gonna let Parya go, and Rift still has Neff as well. So Neff's gonna look for. Oh no! Aiden just instantly gets it, bro. Oh my god! Just no time passes, just right away.
We knew that was happening.
Dude, and of course it's
saw
Aiden just
Kingpin.
instantly.
We see Kingpin, we see Kobas, we see poor Neff, and we knew what was happening. Now Parya's trying. We're like, all right,
Look at
maybe I can.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the Kingpin actually?
It's so sketchy, bro. If anyone has anything like Air Blast or like, oh, Kingman's
looking.
back here.
Okay, Parya's got Air Blast. Parya could have gone for the Air Blast into there.
I think he
I was
might
watching
be
that
kind of
one, but
looking.
30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. Parya, careful, nice dodge away. Oh, Aiden walked into it. Can they actually get the knockback? They can knock back in Parya into the heart. The Air Blast Parya, no!
Fuck
The
you,
revive's
bro.
there. They have Kingpin. Where's the pull? They accidentally triggered that, so Giant Chipperal will go down. It's not quite nighttime just yet. But Rift Walkers are alive,
Oh
and it's
my
nighttime.
God.
The attempted revive. They do get members back up. Vortex Charm dodged away. Grim Abdul Jubbar is on the other side, and they're going to be able to re-engage to get themselves back into the circle. Heal up just a little bit, barely. Main characters not out quite
Oh
just
my
yet. It got a
God.
little dicey there as the pole goes wide for Scarb. Arya and Neff hanging out on the wings. Arya could be the target. You got to look at that.
Sorry.
After this fight by the last door and Ninja, I think this one's a little bit more important. The others were just staring each other down while this is actively fighting, looking for the pick, and getting that as it's Majestic taken out.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to port over there. I was seeing those knocks, so we're back in it over here between these two. It is main characters kind of just running down Rift. Same thing, I'm going to jump to TTG, who's getting some knocks up here. Madhouse looking to push them, though, in a weird spot for TTG, so they're kind of like kiting back left. Brawl's in, though.
Tam was able to land the
Oh!
charm and land the chain, but he got spiked over the abyss. A little bit too ambitious. TTG are able to kite back, still get away from Madhouse. Looking at where the box is, it's hard for them to get nearby there to actually get that revive off. TTG know that there's going to be Madhouse's push to try to get back the whole team. So they're just defending these islands and making it really difficult for Madhouse to enter.
Yeah, I love like seeing brawls there where you can like tell they're like a brawl main because they just love to ship it. That's like his thing. Speaking of shipping it, TTG just huge over the top.
There's like the jungle cannons right behind them. I have no idea who they are, but it's going to be funny to watch if it actually connects on a Dewey. Chilling Finale, looking for some damage, looking for the spikes, but they haven't been taken out just yet. Finally, Dreammaker is going to be broken. There is the ship that you can hop to as Oath. Spin dash away. The team has been split up completely.
I think someone got left.
Go for the
too,
revive,
yeah,
but yeah, all the way down here, Satataru is by themselves.
Yeah, and we saw action happening over here. These two teams still duking it out over at Kobayashi's. There's some maybe hard feelings with the way that Hard played out. They're still just like fighting up there. So Ryan double air blast on the Myth. This is like a scary power combo on Myth.
Yeah.
And speaking of power combos, look at this on Nidhogg. On Void, Delicate with Blink. That is, or no, Nuke, sorry.
Yeah, that'll be scary. Just suddenly getting swapped out of nowhere. That'll be really wild to watch. As right now, the last door, they've been split up completely.
Yeah,
They're trying
Pad's looking to
regroup
just
as a
live.
team. Yeah, he's hoping he can juke so much, and he did for a long time, but Height was patient. He waited for it. They've got that spike if they need to, but Lemur engaging on a Rhine, who's now been taken really low, while Height defending to make sure they confirm the kill.
Yeah, they really want to make sure they lock in that knock on Paz, so TLD has to do something special to get that back instead of just pick up the Wisp. They do successfully get that and peel out, so well played there by Frendal players. Gonna just kind of go in and out. Nidhogg's back up here to the right. We had a squad elimination happening on TBD. I completely missed while that action was happening.
For a while. It was a solo team for quite some time. There's a nice Vortex Charm from Neff, hoping to save the back line, but they are on Giant Chip Roll and getting that knock with one shotgun blast.
Yeah, Scarb. Oh, what? 07.
Darkness, my old friend.
I love Scarb. 07 for Scarb in the chat. Was just floating his way down into the abyss. I mean, having some Kingpin communion with the you know, the abyss gods down there. It seems normal.
Hey, you know what would be funnier? Is if Scarb somehow never gets knocked and just stays down there the whole time and
just
they win.
wins. The circle closed on everyone else. He's just safe.
Yeah, everyone's like, where in the world is this Kingpin? And they don't realize that he's been there the whole time. Now, speaking of fights that are going on right now, Neff, I guess you can consider Neff solo at this point because Scarb isn't gonna help out at all.
That's the second player we've seen fall through the map due to disconnect. We saw it earlier happen to TBD as well.
But Jewel actually got killed from that one.
Yeah, yeah. And let's see, Scar's still alive though. Oh, what?
Oh, he's back.
He's back. Easy. Well played. Scar's the goat.
Hey, you know what? It was all a bait. It was all really
he just, that's what I'm saying. He went down there. He just had to say hello to his superiors, the kaiju gods. They send him right back up and rift right back in it.
But they gotta be careful, Scarb. Maybe you were safer there with your gods because your gods have abandoned you in this fight. You're getting chased down, even with a pull. There's no spike to be had. Only Neff now remains, and never mind, because Fight All players found the spike onto them, eliminating our team at 6th place.
Yeah, and Rift was just in like constant shenanigans ever since this heart stuff. They were constantly split, looking for reses. Scarb falls through the map, comes back magically, so just doing their best to put the game back together, but can't quite get it there.
Speaking of trying to get the game back together, Aiden almost finds the spike on the Healy without a quick reaction with the skate away. There's going to be an air dash back to this island, this lone island for Aiden. That has already used the full. Waiting out the dunk, goes back towards the jet stream, but that's a lot of damage, and you have to get back into the circle. Be careful, because they're right behind you, and they are on top of you. Juking them for a while.
Dude,
30 seconds remain. Back onto this island. Aiden showing how this movement of Kingpin can truly work when you have a jet stream to work with. Blinkstone as well. Getting away and taking more jet streams away, but Healy's making it hard to get back towards the rest of the team, the only other survivor for main characters. Yeah,
Aiden kind of showing why he is the GOAT there. Really nice Kingpin movement. Just avoids 4 for a full 20-30 seconds there. Now 5 seconds about left on the most wanted. Zekin doesn't want to let it happen though. Oh, blink dagger. Very nice blink.
Nice. and unfortunately is going to be the knock there.
Oh,
You're not gonna
just
be able to get the res.
barely
So
off on the
close.
timing. Ah.
I think that was really wise from Zekin to stop
Yep.
doing any damage.
Yep.
Realizing that the crown was about to go off so they don't get the full team back up. But we look over here to Ninja. There's going to be the singularity onto one. That's going to reduce this timer by a lot. So the 3 members can really utilize that. His main character's now in a bad spot yet. Again, it's up to improving. The only solo survivor pulled back towards this and trying to get away. But unfortunately, when you are the last one, it's so hard to escape 4 that are chasing.
Yeah, and like when we look at like final circle positioning, it's like whenever you go to escape somewhere, like Aiden right there, you know, there's just a full team waiting on this ledge for you, you know? So he just jumps right into a void ult. Well played by Ninja to be looking out for that opportunity and capitalize, but main characters just kind of gets picked apart there as they're continuing to be split. And that was kind of like, you know, they've been kind of like trying to scrap it together for most of this game, especially since this heart stuff went down, similar to Rift. Like them and Rift have just like back and forth kind of scattered ever since that happened. And that was so epic though. I think those teams both those teams get honorable mention for fun times in Kobayashi's.
I kind of want to focus on Ninja. This team that had been struggling through a lot of the scrims now are in our top 4. And not because they just skated by. This has been a team that has been willing to scrap, find really good angles onto other teams. And even that last play that we talked about, that singularity, that helped them win. And now they're fighting against CTG, but this could be a bad spot. They didn't realize they had already gotten pushed back in, and missing the pull means that you are now eliminated at 4th place.
Yeah, that's just like, I think that's really the experience thing right there, because I don't think they quite realize they're literally in one of the most massive choke points on the map with a team right above them pushing down and a team right below them pushing up. And so that might have been a good opportunity to look to maybe void swap out to the left. But that really is some like map awareness type stuff that comes with a lot more experience, you know?
And speaking of experience,
Dude.
you see that all players realize that this is a choke point that TTG don't want to be in either. They're doing their best to stay off to the side and get away from any of the damage from those storm grenades that were thrown out. You survive, which gives them a little bit of time. The last door now have found this angle on an Nidhogg on the back line. They're going to confirm the knock. But Kenneth doing his best to get a lot of damage, but not enough to actually scare off TLD. This gave plenty to TTG to regroup themselves, and now find this flank on it to fight all players. Only 2 here. They have a 3rd still alive, but he's far away with the crown trying to escape. As Rhyme barely getting away from the nukes, but unfortunately there's enough damage where they can chase down that kill. But TTG now pushing into the last door, being on the target, but he kites back with the rest of the team. Gotta be careful because Lunaris was looking for the Fusillade and getting a lot of damage, but nobody has fallen just yet. TTG not able to get any spikes, no knocks on a TLD.
Yeah, and Friendall players right back in it up there, so they're all right back, and they're gonna come down with 4. TLD knows it now. And who's playing this teleporter angle? Who has? I literally don't
down a while ago.
see who has teleporter.
I'm pretty sure that was put down.
Is that a bug, maybe?
time.
Oh,
I think
massive punch!
An unused one. Nice punish there from Final players onto the back line of TTG, but they haven't gotten knocks. TTG were able to hold off the fight, but can they hold back the door that's now smashed onto them? Because this is going to be the cluster nuke that's been sent out. And with a chilling finale for TTG, they are knocked out. Fight all players barely fight themselves back into this game.
Look at this loot pile.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do this again, Height. Go for the spike over the lava.
Oh.
Omus was able to take him down, but very little territory to go for. That's that snipe damage. Abador saving the game and getting 3 in a row for the last door.
Yeah, like huge ghost myth combo right there to really just lock it in. We thought Height might go crazy again, make something happen. He almost gets a pick there on one. They're able to peel back, and as Height's looking for another re-entry, just huge damage out from the myth and ghost, Abador and Phenom pumping there. But TLD, you know, continuing to show why they're one of the top teams and stay that way. They play the macro strategy very well. You know, they're constantly calculating the situation, paying attention to how many teams are left, where they're at. We saw right there, like it looked like, oh, you know, Friendall players is out of it. But all of a sudden, they're all back in the top left. TLD knows that. Like, they don't get caught off guard by this stuff very often, you know. They're very macro aware. They have a bunch of really experienced players with a ton of game time learning that macro strategy and working together. So, You know, like they show it right there. Game 5, lock it in for the 3rd dub of the day. Very well played, though. I just want to say by all the teams, Magical. We saw some really hype games, some really cool performances from basically everyone there. And all 3 of our new teams had their moments, you know, which was really cool to see. I love seeing that stuff. So
Yeah, seeing the growth of the community is nice. Seeing that there's more teams that are available to play. I'm really excited about like the future of SUPERVIVE if we keep getting more players, like more teams just put together of players we don't know too much about.
yeah. And I think like, you know, these guys, these were like literally like pickup scrims, but I think even without scheduled scrims, these guys might be scrimming like most nights still. So, you know, at least on these days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be out here trying to cover casting, and Magical be joining me whenever he can. And I think, you know, we're even talking about maybe trying to get some other people to mix in and help cover over the weekend. So hopefully we will be able to continue bringing you guys some, you know, some really cool content like this. And I don't know if you want to, if it's too early to talk about it, Magical, but I know you had an event you were planning, or we were all kind of planning, but you kind of had the lead on.
We can talk about it. So my plan is I'm going to reach out to a lot of the players, try to see if I can organize something where I get enough players that want to play, and it's like more of a for fun type tournament where we could do like, someone was saying that what if we do the custom game modes? I'm like, hey, we could do that, or we can have it where depending on who we get, selfish, Don, my dog's starting to bark. Depending on who we get, we can have it so that we have top teams, but we also just let anybody of any rank join in too. So that way, it's almost like those players can start getting games against some streamers that they might like, have it casted too. There's not going to be real prizes unless like I can make some money from it and use whatever money I make from the stream to try to have actual prizes. But otherwise, just more for fun as a final little SUPERVIVE thing for the community, you know?
Yeah.
A final thing for like 2024.
Yeah. Like a Christmas, a final Christmas thing, holiday thing, kind of deal, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before getting into January, because it would be the 27th and the 28th of December, so I'm going to start reaching out to more players. Sadly, I wish I could have started organizing this sooner, but this is really the only day I had available. So this is like the day I'm trying to get through it all.
Yeah, and like, well, I told you already, but I'm available to help out wherever I can, bro. So I think that'll be a good time, and yeah, we'll be seeing you guys back with hopefully some more scrims before then, but definitely at that event. And then, like, literally a couple days later, into 2025, baby, looking at January 8th, Season 0, some true SUPERVIVE hype.
That will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, will be a lot of cool things coming that way, but that stuff is going to be behind the scenes stuff. Hopefully, knock on wood, is all going to be good. But for now, I'm going to end the stream. We're going to send it over to Giant Chip Roll, since it looks like Giant Chip Roll is still streaming.
Oh, hell yeah. I love Chip Roll.
There we go. Me too.
Waldorant, appreciate you, bro.
Perfect. There we go. Get that done there, and
all right, I'm out, Magical. GG's, bro. Thank you so much, man.
GG's.
I'll catch you in the next one.
For sure. You gonna play any tonight, or?
I probably will be on. Yeah, if you catch me on and invite me, I'm down to run.
Yeah, it's like I want to play some games.
Hell yeah.
Get more practice playing again.
Hell yeah, I'm in. All right, buddy. I'll catch you later.
All right. Catch you later. Bye.
Peace. All right, bye, homies. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys tuned in, catch you next one. Peace.